Well,
Excellent plan.
welcome to the world of Kavran.
Indeed.
Let us dive in. Kavran is a land supposedly at peace. There is no open war, and all the races of the world give the outward impression of cooperation and coexistence. Inwardly, many of the races seek to encroach on the unofficial borders of the others. Their central governance nominally rules the land, made up of 2 council members of each race. There's a high councillor presiding over them for a term. Each term, the council moves from city to city, spending 5 years within the borders of one of the races. The high councillor is always a member of the race where the council is residing for that term. And the added pressure of being within the borders of a particular race puts pressure on the council, leading to any term within their borders to be most favourable to the hosting race. Each race has its own governance that gives rulings on minor disputes between members of its own race, along with wider actions of the whole race. Our story begins in a small town, or on the outskirts of a small town, should I say. We imagine a cinematic camera, if you will, panning down over the trees, sort of looking up gracefully at a starry sky, and then panning down, and we see a single half-elf sort of sitting around a campfire. Arwen, would you like to describe yourself at all?
Yes. Yes, I am a half-elf. Yep.
Damn.
What do you want me to describe?
Well, you can just start with a little bit about how you look, that sort of thing. Let's assume you've spent a little bit of time on the road at this point, so and you're just sort of at a campfire on your own.
Chilling it.
Describe basically just give a visual description of yourself.
I am. I have like dark hair, and I am. I wear a really snazzy coat that's really cool, and I have like grey blue eyes, and I am kind of tall, not really tall, like medium heightness. I don't know. Yeah. And yeah. Oh no, my phone.
Okay. Well. So yeah, this lovely camera angle pans down on this half-elf sitting at a campfire. Maybe you've got a rabbit or some sort of food slowly turning on a spit or something like that. You've got a horse that's picketed up against a tree. It's generally sort of a quiet night, the wind rustling through the trees, and a clear, starry sky up above. Your horse seems a little bit nervous. It's sort of stamping its feet and sort of snorting every now and again. It's normally a little bit more settled. It's maybe a bit of an unnatural chill in the air. Even though you're huddled around a fire, this night just feels a little bit colder than some of the others the last couple of nights. You wonder if there might be a frost overnight or anything like that. But yeah, you generally just settle down for the night, bank your fire, so it's just a set of coals, and go to sleep. During the night, however, you're awoken by tremors through the ground. sort of boom, boom, boom. Just slowly, the sound of some enormous thing moving reaches you, and you feel the ground shake beneath you as you wake up. You hear off in the distance to begin with, but getting closer, you hear the sound of trees cracking and branches breaking as something heavy pushes its way through the trees, coming in your direction. As you're lying there, looking up and around you, the stars in the sky above you are suddenly blotted out as this huge silhouette appears looming over the trees. A giant hand reaches down, slightly illuminated by the coals of the fire, and grabs the horse around the middle, snapping the rope tying it to the tree like it's nothing. The horse screams in panic, kicking and bucking and trying to bite at the hand that's fastened, this giant hand that's fastened around its middle. Another hand reaches down and between two fingers just snaps the neck of the horse. It gives a final whinny before its voice dies in its throat. Straightening up and slinging the body over its shoulder, the giant lumbers off again, the tremors fading into the distance along with the sound of snapping branches. Let's see, it pushes its way through the trees. You're now left without your horse, and about 3/4 of a night's worth of sleep ahead of you. You can settle back down and try and catch up on the rest of your rest. Your horse is gone, but it seems that this giant thing was only after a meal and finding an easy meal of your horse. It didn't bother anything else.
Can I look around to make sure there's nothing else around?
Yeah.
Just before I sleep, because otherwise I don't want to get eaten.
Yeah.
This would be a tragic end.
yeah, roll me a perception check. Yeah, you look around. You'd picked this spot previously because it was sort of on a slight rise of the land. So you had a good view of the, when there was light, you had a good view around you. And maybe that's what slightly gave you away, being slightly above some of the tree line. The giant saw your fire off in a distance potentially, or maybe it just happened to be in the area. But either way, you don't think there's anything nearby. In fact, you think possibly if something this big is about, most things are going to be trying to keep clear of it and will probably not bother you. Yeah, so you can finish your night's sleep if you like.
Yeah, I will sleep.
Okay. The next day, you wake up, you get yourself ready and what have you, and it takes you a little bit longer because you no longer have a horse. But you arrive in the village of Farkim. And walking into town, you walk into town and you maybe stop sort of just outside one of the taverns with a large notice board. You're looking for some work or something like that. And also examining the notice board is another figure. Ben would like to introduce Styx to us.
Hi, my name is Styx. I am a paladin. I have studded leather armor, a kind of green cloak, mostly over my garb, and it's not really studded in like metal stuff. It's mostly studded with just like extra bits of padding and extra bits like that, but it sort of has the same sort of look and effect. I have a sword, like a big sort of long sword at my side, shield on my back, big sort of gash over my face that I try and like cover from a dark, evil past, like every D&D character has. And I'm just sort of like chilling, looking at the board, seeing if there's any. I'm trying to gain a bit of experience in the world, so I guess I'm just trying to see how I can help out in any way. If there's anything upon the board I can do to help some good people of the place we're in, I guess. Yeah, sticks.
Okay, well, as the two of you,
I had to name myself and it wasn't very inventive.
well, as the two of you examine this notice board, you can sort of hear this is sort of the general hustle and bustle of this sort of quaint little village. There's sort of people moving about. It seems evident that the presence of the giant nearby has got people quite agitated. People are sort of looking around. Some people are looking around furtively. They seem to be discussing it. Some people are. You can overhear. It seems to be very anxious, while other people seem to be almost sceptical about it. Two notices stand out on the notice board to both of you. One is a farmer, Friedrich, the brewer. He wants help tracking an animal down that keeps breaking his fences. Because he's having to spend a lot of time repairing those and he wants to try and stop it. The other is a note from someone called Everreal Asdale. They want help tracking a supposedly legendary white stag with silver antlers that has been spotted in the area. Friedrich, his note gives his address, which is just on the outskirts of town, and Everreal is staying within the tavern itself. So what would you like to do from here?
Well, let's see. It's either run after a white stag or do some investigation work. Now, admittedly, I'm not a very good hunter. However, maybe upon seeing... Did they say how much they pay for? Not that I'm like particularly like caring of how much they pay for. I'm just thinking like in order to try and sway.
They don't. They both just sort of give places to. It seems like these things would be negotiable.
Okay.
And so they're both just sort of giving a location to meet and discuss.
Okay. In that case, I'll probably just like look over to Arwen and say, "Hi, my name's Styx. Clearly don't know each other, so it's probably a bit forward asking this question. However, as you can see, I have no ranged capabilities on me at the moment. However, I could potentially have some ranged capabilities on me. Would you like to go hunting a white stag? Or chasing down whatever's breaking some farmer's thing? I don't mind, but I just understand that running up to a big white stag with my big longsword probably isn't the best idea. I'm no hunter, but might not be the best idea.
Yeah.
And I imagine probably not very good for like, not very quick kill, just running up to it and hacking at it with a longsword. I mean, I could divine smite it, but then I know I could use some of my magic to like divine smite it, but oh my god, that'd be horrifying. Or thunderous smite it, that'd be even worse. Want to team up and do one of these here things on the notice board.
Well, I'm heading in the direction of the stag thing, so if you're going to come along, do it, but like I'm going.
Fair enough. I'm a tag along.
Okay.
I'm just like ponder over.
You both head into the tavern again, and it's quite easy to spot. Emerald is sat in a corner, got a drink in front of him. He's sort of playing with a set of cards by himself, and even though he's sat down, he's a big figure. You can tell that this is a powerfully built half-orc. Greenish tint to the skin, the slightly protruding tusks, and just the massive sort of shoulders and arms that you can see sitting above the table. There is a longbow on the table beside him, and a quiver full of arrows on the chair. Yeah, he's got this sort of big hunting knife strapped in a band across his chest. Sort of like a belt knife, but much bigger. Yeah. There's a few other patrons sat around having drinks. Again, most of the discussion seems to be about the encounter with the giant the previous night. Yeah, there's a barman in the bar just sort of idly polishing the bar and thinks it's not too busy at the moment, so they're not run off their feet. You can wander over and start having a chat if you like.
Yeah, fuck it. Sort of ponder over there. Hello, good sir. How are you this? How are you this fine day? My name is Styx. Don't let that bother you. It's just a random name I picked out. I understand it's probably not very comforting for what I'm about to ask next. We are here to inquire about your stag job, the white stag.
Ah, the beast. Yes. I've been hunting it for many years. Seen it twice, I tell you. Chasing many rumors. But,
Like a Bigfoot.
Those antlers are worth a king's ransom. And,
I see.
that coat is... Oh, if half the stories about the magic in that their coat are true, I'll live pretty for a year.
Fair enough.
What's
you
good trackers? I've only heard rumors of it in these parts, and rumors are all I've got to go on these days.
I have been known to have some tracking capability, some usefulness in the wild, as it were. I don't know about Arwen over here.
I'm the best.
You
The best.
cool. What she said. All right.
Yeah.
Don't know why I'm here.
He's going to sort of
Have you never
gives
had
you
a job
an
interview before?
appraising look, and
Build yourself up.
he'll stand up, and he sort of, as he stands up, he just sort of keeps going and going and going until he stands at sort of about 6.5 feet tall.
Well,
Head sort of close to the ceiling, looking down on you. He's like, "Well, you look like you can look after yourself in the wilds. Not sure about you though. Was it Styx? Was it?
yes. Don't let the name put you off. I picked it when I was like 12, and I wasn't very creative.
How does a man propose to hunt a stag with no bow?
I will be buying a bow prior to the mission. Don't you worry, sir. I've got
a man with a plan. I like it.
I am a man with a bit of a plan. The plan doesn't really go much further than buying the bow, but it will. I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm very much a learn as you go type person.
Well,
this isn't. I'm going to shut up. This isn't
you better be able to look after yourself. I'm not going to be babysitting anyone out there, I tell you.
Oh,
Wait,
I can look
you're
after
coming
myself
with us?
fine.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let this prize escape me. I told you I've seen it twice already. And
Where have you seen it?
one time it gored me with its horns, and he's gonna sort of like roll up his trouser leg to show you a very impressive like scar sort of going up from like ankle to knee. And as he sort of like steps around, he's sort of like, you can see that he's sort of limping. He's favouring his other leg from where this big wound has like gone up, and it's like disappears like above the knee of his trousers, where he can't quite roll them up any higher.
Ow!
I'm not as quick as I used to be, but I'll get it. I'll get it one day.
Good. Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll get it today or tomorrow. I don't know how long this is going to take.
6 years later.
6 years later, we're all level 20, but still hunting for the damn white stag.
So you see, I'm going to run an achievement-based thing. So only once you get the stag would you level up.
Oh, damn. That's a long time to be level 2.
No,
Could you imagine that? It's like, no, this is a dragon lair, not a bloody white stag. Oh, we might as well kill it while we're here.
Yeah. So he'll look down and be like, you just say sort of, now about a reward. I'm willing to split it with you equally. However, we may have to. Personally, if I caught this thing myself, I'd mount its head on my wall for a time, and but the more practical thing to do would be to find a wizard and sell the magic coat to him, and find a rich noble and sell those silver antlers to him. And if we do that, I'm happy to split the profit 3 ways with you.
Yeah, sure, why not? Not overly bothered, I guess.
Just want something to keep you busy.
Yeah, well, I don't really care what I do. I just want to do stuff, you know? It's boring sitting out there at a campfire doing nothing. I don't get what you people do. I just want to do something.
Okay. Well, he'll sort of pick up his bow and his quiver and things and sort of sling them over his back. So, well, if you're ready enough to go, I've heard that old what's his name? Old Frithig has been having some trouble on his farms. And we might find some tracks out there.
Might be a good idea.
It's a good a place to start as any.
Indeed.
The rumours of it being in the woods around here. And so you can head out. You can stop on your way out of town to pick up a bow for yourself. Sticks.
Yes. How much is a longbow?
A longbow is...
I know how much it is in the thing, but I'm not sure whether you have your own pricing for things.
Off the thing.
Then the price for a longbow is 50
gold.
50 gold. I'm gonna buy a longbow and 20 arrows.
Okay.
Which I believe is 1 gold or something like that.
Yeah, well, you've been running arrows at, so like 2 copper, 2 silver? I can't remember what you've been running them as in the other game.
I do them as 2 copper, unless it's like a really fancy place, and then it's like something higher.
A quiver of 20 arrows will be 2 silver then.
2 silver. Perfect.
So 50 gold and 2 silver. Abby, for reference, 10 copper is 1 silver, 10 silver is 1 gold.
Oh, that's easy.
10 gold is 1 platinum.
And on the way there, can Stick stop off at the loo and go real quick to the loo, and I'll be back in literally 2 seconds. Thank you. Sorry.
It's alright. Yeah, we won't bother with electrum pieces because they just make it complicated.
I don't even know what that is.
It's just another, like, fancy metal. Yeah, because all the others make sense, whereas an electrum piece is worth half a gold piece. So it just completely screws with the natural order of things. With
Wait,
everything,
but wouldn't that be the same as...
one election piece is worth 5 silver,
Ugh, it's too much.
and 1 gold
Too
piece
many
is worth
numbers.
10 silver.
Why do I have 3 copper pieces? Just randomly there.
Was that not your part of your loot from like the previous
Possibly
practice
was.
stuff we've done?
Yeah.
Where you found some goblins in a cave and brutally murdered one of them when he tried to run away.
I mean... I'm not going to say I didn't do that, but...
It's fine.
Where's...
Alright there.
Yeah, I'm good.
Do you not have like a more comfortable place to sit? Because I swear every time we have a call or do something like this, you're sat on the floor.
I like sitting on the floor.
Oh, that's fair enough.
If I sit on my bed, you also get all my double chins, and I don't think that's the prettiest sight.
That's not true. Okay. Styx returns from his shopping trip.
Styx returns from his shopping trip.
Really investing in the roleplay there.
I know, right? I had to go. I had to get. Oh man, the guy was such an arse, driving a hard bargain. But I'll tell you what, I got it in the end. Here, I have a longbow. I need to add that to my inventory.
Okay. Well, you start making your way out of town. On the outskirts of town, there is a group of sort of 5 or 6 sort of farmery-looking villagers, and one of them calls out. It's like, Everald, you'll hunt a giant, won't you? And the other one's just like, oh, shut up! No one's hunting anything. No one's going after a giant. Don't be ridiculous. It's like, well, we've got to do something. We can't just let that thing wander through here. It'll destroy all our flocks. So, listen, that thing will be gone in a day. It doesn't matter. So what? I broke a couple of fences and took a few sheep. It won't bother us again. It'll just wander off. It's like, I want to make sure it's dead. I can't afford it eating my flocks. It's like, you go after it and you'll be the thing that's dead. And they start bickering more amongst themselves. And Everald just sort of hurries off. It's like, there's no way I'm hunting a fucking giant.
Why not? Sounds fun.
It's fucking massive and I'll die. And I'd rather not die before I've got my heart.
That's before you've got your heart.
Stag heart. The tales go backwards and forwards about what this beast truly is.
It's really a heart.
Heart is a word for, I think it's a word for a female deer.
Oh, I thought that was
I thought that was a dove.
No.
A heart is definitely a term for a type of deer. Now I'm worried I got it confused.
I was thinking, like, oh my god, is this some kind of weird, weird heart of the forest kind of thing? Because that would be.
Then all the trees would die.
I know, I wouldn't do that. Fuck this guy.
Okay, a heart is just another word for a stag.
I see.
H-A-R-T. There we
Right.
go.
So I shall write down in my notes, JJ gets things wrong. But technically right.
It's been known to happen. But yeah, so you...
I spelled things wrong.
So you head out
Anyway.
and you start making your way down this sort of country road, heading towards these. This Everald leads you towards these. You know what would have been really good? If I'd put you on this nice tavern page that I've put up.
Maybe, but hey.
And then, so then you head up onto this nice, like, country road. You're heading towards the forest and things. You have to cross quite a few sort of farmers' fields and like, tracks and stuff that lead you that way. And as you get closer to the forest, you can start to see definite signs of the giant and things in the area. You can see huge, sort of lines of trees have been sort of pushed out of the way to leave this track. Everyone else starts to grumble. That bloody thing will make it impossible to track any normal animals through here. You're gonna have a hard time finding everything. Are either of you decent trackers? Do you know your woodcraft?
Her, whichever way she is compared to me. I'm technically proficient in it, but I've only got 2.
I mean, what would I have to be proficient for?
Like a combination of like, I'm not really asking like what are you proficient in. It's more just.
I am the best again.
Okay. I can do it to a limited capacity.
You know. I'm amazing.
Well, you start sort of getting in amongst these trees. If you all make me a
pretty.
Check. Let's say a survival check to see if you can recognise any signs of.
Oh God!
I am busy taking note of nothing. I'm too busy with my new longbow. Like, ooh, stretchy.
I went upstairs and I was like, right, when I go downstairs, I need to get this, 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 and this, and take them to my desk. One of those things was my dice. Don't have them. I'll be back.
Good.
It's always good to have dice when being a DM.
Yes.
Always handy. Though to be fair, the amount of sessions I've started and then all of a sudden it's in combat and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, dice. Just frantically scrounging through Pinterest to try and find an image of my dude. Although I'll probably draw him at some point.
He has emerged.
They were hidden.
Damn. Dice.
Alright.
Always hiding from people. It's a famous thing that dice do.
None of you, including Everell, have done particularly well. It's not surprising given the churned up nature of
everything.
You just everyone's will be like, I can't really find anything in amongst all this. Either of you have any idea where it went? Any idea which direction? Can you spot any tracks? Droppings? Anything like that? All I can see is this big bloody path. This bloody giants left.
No. But look at my bow, it's so stretchy.
Yes.
I rolled a 1, so I'm going with it.
Yes, well done, stretchy. I guess we'll just have to take pot luck. Anyone feeling particularly lucky want to pick a direction?
That way.
I could
imagine you've approached from
west.
The south.
We shall go west.
Okay.
Is that the way the tracks are for the giant?
They sort of head east to west.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Tracks
Go
for
towards
a
the giant.
Well, okay, so if we think about this rationally, think about it with some form of intelligence for a moment, of which I also have 0. But hear me out. Giant goes west. Everything else goes the other way. So the giant's going west, from east to west, and we're here. It's gone that way, so maybe we should be going east, the other way, because it's running away
That's
from
not a bad
it.
idea, lad. Let's do that.
Haha! I
And so
feel smart.
You head out, following the giant's tracks as they sort of carved this path through this. Not following them, but like backtracking on them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, sort of just, and you can see there's parts of the ground that have been churned up. Trees have been sort of uprooted. It's sort of pushed its way through. And you slowly start to sort of head up a hill as well. It's not a big hill, it's quite a low rise, but for sort of half hour, 40 minutes, something like that, you're steadily going up this very slight incline. The ground sort of dries out a little bit, gets a little bit stonier, things like that. You sort of start to see a few cracks and things where it's been sort of disturbed by this heavy weight coming through. Why don't you all make another survival check for me? Oh, damn.
Well, that was good.
Mine was
Great!
It was great.
Better
It was
than ever,
fantastic. It was fantastic.
In amongst this, so you're walking along, and the ground's quite firm, so the footprints aren't deep, but you manage to work out that there is this enormous footprint, and crossing the path of it are these dainty little hoof prints. And then and then you see you can sort of track them sort of through this as they cross this dusty section where they've left these little footprints back into the grass. You can sort of see broken twigs and a few little stems broken off as something, it seems, brushed off up to the north again.
To the north.
To the north.
So you can point this out to everyone. And you start making your way following these tracks. Again, you keep going. It's quite slow going because these signs are difficult to follow. You sort of point them out as you go, just sort of point out what you're looking for and things like that. Just showing the others what you found. Everyone else sort of just limps along. He seems quite slow on his feet when he's walking. And he's got this huge bow slung over his back with his arrows and things. And so he's after you've been going sort of a few hours now. He seems to be maybe struggling a little bit with the walking on his knee. His limp has become a little bit more pronounced. And as you sort of forge ahead, he seems to be sort of very slightly sort of lagging behind, sort of scanning around him as he goes. So sort of after another sort of 20 minutes or so, you come through this sort of ring of trees into this clearing. And on the other side of the clearing, there's this glint of white and silver in the trees, sort of hidden by 2 or 3 trees ahead of you. Can everyone make me a perception check?
I'm doing so well.
Okay, Arwen, you absolutely notice the stag, and you can you're off maybe a slightly different angle, so you've got a slightly clearer picture of it, but you absolutely see it. You also notice the distinct lack of anything growing in this sort of 30-foot radius, except like a little bit of grass. Sort of the grass is sort of patchy, and sort of it seems a little bit darker than anything else. Everald just about notices the stag, and sort of comes. You can hear him sort of coming up behind you. He seems to be sort of moving into sort of a trot or a run, attempting to maybe chase it. What do you guys want to do?
Wait.
Go after it with him?
Can I just check, like, what... Say again, what is... Are we, like, on a path with the trees here and then the ring of...
You've been following these tracks through the woods, so you're not following, like, any natural path or anything like that.
But we're in amongst trees at the moment.
Yeah, you're currently in amongst trees. You've come to the edge of this clearing, and across this clearing, you can see the stag on the other side. You're certain it's that. Sticks, you're not really sure of anything.
I'm just gonna see the guy heading off, and I'm like, oh, okay, we're going.
And Everald sort of sees it from a little ways further back, and he starts almost. It's like he's not like running, but he's moving faster than you've ever seen him before. He's sort of hunched down, and he's like sort of like trotting up, like trying to get in position. And he's like got his bow off his shoulder and like got an arrow like not like drawn, but it's like put to the string, and he's sort of like coming up behind you guys.
I'm gonna go around the ring, so still in the trees, just kind of very stealthily.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Hopefully very stealthily. Sort of stealthily-ish.
Better than average stealthily.
Yes.
It's the best kind of stealthily.
Heart doesn't seem to hear you.
Nice.
Sticks, what are you doing?
I think I'm going to stay with, what's his name? Everald. I think I'm going to stay with him. Obviously, I haven't exactly like spotted what things are. I've just seen him pull out an arrow. So I'm going to pull out an arrow and just sort of like follow behind him and just like wait for a sort of signal as to where it is. Wait till it's maybe a little bit clearer as to where this thing is, or whatever.
Okay. Well, he's not really noticed anything odd, and he wants a clear shot, so he steps out and about 10 feet into this clearing, and like raises his bow to his shoulder. What?
Okay. So it's is it like now very, very clearly sort of there in the middle of this clearing?
It's in the trees on the far side.
Okay.
So it's hidden by a few trees, and so he's sort of going for direct path to get a clear shot. So he wants, no trees in front of him. He's trying to get a clear shot.
Again, probably with a 3. I probably haven't noticed much. So I think I'm going to step out with him, but not like raise my bow. I don't want to like waste an arrow. Paid good money for this arrow.
Okay.
Just sort of like seeing where he's like now pointing his arrow, just like trying to like look and see if I can once again find it, I guess.
Okay. Everyone make another perception check.
Oh, 13, and that's the highest roll I've made.
17. Okay. There is, as you guys have stepped out into this area, it's sort of something has shifted. It seems like this patch of ground is very unstable, and it starts to, little cracks start appearing in it, and it's almost like an hourglass. You can see sort of the dry dirt sort of running down through these cracks in front, and it's all like sloping. The middle starts to drop first, and then it's first very, very slowly at first. It's like a couple of centimeters, but then as you watch, suddenly goes quicker and quicker, and the whole thing just collapses into the middle, pitching you guys in. Can you make a dexterity saving throw for me?
Oh, man.
I don't have to do that.
Of course I can.
No.
12.
12. You are stunned when you sort of hit the bottom of this pit.
Lovely.
And so is Everald. And Arwen, you would see this sort of prismatic flash of blue as something, it seems like there's this almost like magical essence has shattered as the ground has given way. And there's this sort of splintering crack flashes into light. The heart is gone. It's off into the woods. It's just, the moment things started shifting and rumbling, it went. And so you're now stood outside. You've got on the edge of the thing, you've got a stunned Everald and a stunned Styx in the bottom of this sort of 15-foot drop down. You can see they're all right. They'll come around in a second, but they're stunned for just for a moment. They haven't really taken any harm or anything like that. And looking down, you can see that they've almost landed on top of this like stone box, and it seems like the two of them, where they've landed on top of it, and it's got like two impact, like these spiderweb impacts from where they've hit it, and it's cracked, and the cracks have spread out. As you're watching, it just sort of, again, it collapses. They sort of roll off it, and it collapses in on itself, like breaking completely. And this shadow like slithers like out, and it's pretty dark down there. But it's almost like this patch of floor. There's nothing casting a shadow. This shadow just slides along the floor underneath Everald, and he starts to sort of twitch on the floor.
Idiots. This is why I don't hang out with people.
Yeah, you see him, he starts sort of twitching on the floor, and he's this big, powerful, greenish half-orc, or he was previously. As you're looking down, you see the skin on his face and his arms and his chest goes from green to grey, and all his muscles start to shrink and shrivel, and he just sort of almost like he's drying up, like hunches up into himself, like he's drying out.
Oh God!
Lovely.
This guy ain't having a good day.
Yeah.
Poor Everald, he just wanted to go hunting something.
What are you going to do?
What was the blue thing that you said at the beginning when the thing fell?
Like a magical light that sort of like shattered. So
is that gone now?
Yeah. So it was like.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So you sort of got the impression it looked kind of like there was like a blue field that had been shattered.
Can I use my divine sense?
Yeah. What does divine sense do?
I'll put it in the chat. The presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor, and a powerful good rings like heavenly music in your ear. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover. You know the type, celestial, fiend, or undead, of any being whose presence you sense, but not its identity. Count von Strahd von Zarevich, for instance. Within the same radius, you also detect the presence of any place, object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the Hallow spell. You use this feature number of times to 1 plus your charisma modifier. When you finish a long rest, you gain all expended uses.
Yeah. This thing, Everald now strongly radiates the undead.
Oh, I'm pulling out my sword.
Oh, wait, is
Pulling
he
out my
dead?
sword. Shit.
No, you're now ready. It's the undead.
He ain't dead. He's undead. That's not good.
Dead
Yeah.
and alive.
So he died, and now I'm guessing
Aw.
whatever
Bye-bye.
whatever the shadow was killed him, and now it's sort of taking over his body.
Okay, if there's no way of saving him, I feel no remorse for what we're about to do.
Yeah, same, pretty much. Well, I feel some. I don't know. He was a guy. Yeah, pull out my sword, getting a divine smite ready. Can I ready an action? So if he makes an aggressive, if he goes for an attack, say, I'm going to divine smite him.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have to roll for anything, but that'll be me.
Can I take... Oh, wait. Are you doing things?
No, go on.
Okay. I'm going to take a stick off of the tree.
Yeah.
Just throw it at him so he'll look at me. Because I don't know what it is now. He's not him anymore, so...
Okay.
I'm just gonna... And then I want to ask... who are you?
Okay. Well, at the moment, he's just this... Everald is just this sort of husk on this floor, this sort of withered husk, and hasn't shown any signs of moving just yet. Doesn't pay any attention to the stick you sort of lobbed down at it.
Rude! Don't ignore me.
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
You're gonna go kick him?
What an asshole!
I'm not getting in the hole.
Don't want to come down here. It's nice.
No.
Nice.
Don't want to help your new friend Stex out?
Well, yeah. If something's happening, then yeah. But I'm safe up here.
Yeah, that's fair
At the
enough.
moment.
I'll be fine. I know what I'm doing.
He's not moving.
Yeah, I'm just
He's
gonna.
husk on the floor. He's
undead. He's clearly going to move at some point,
Oh,
and when
then
the
I
time
can
happens,
jump
I will have my
onto
sword
him.
above him to smite him into the ground. That's my thing. That's what I do.
Is that what you tell Arwen? Is that what Stex to Arwen? Tells Arwen
That is
now
basically.
undead.
That is yeah.
Okay.
He is whatever he was. He ain't that anymore. He's now undead, which is why I'm holding my sword like this, right above his head, ready to smite him when he wakes up, when he gets up, whatever the hell he's
Sitting on the
gonna
edge, my legs dangling over the side.
Okay, well, as you guys are sort of there in
Very
this sort
chill.
of stalemate, behind you, Styx, you hear this sort of low, you hear another voice there, just sort of almost like someone's been woken up and they're just like 5 more minutes, that sort of thing. But
I am confusion.
It's behind
Coming from the hole.
Yeah, and so you guys can sort of investigate around the areas if you like.
Can I
I
investigate?
think.
Yeah, you can jump in and have an investigate the area.
Oh no, I have to get in. No.
If you want to properly investigate the area, yeah, because you're peering down into this hole.
I think. I'm still just gonna stand here, I'll turn my head maybe to have a look at and see, but I'm still this thing is apparently undead. I was partly trained to deal with these things, so I'm still just gonna be holding this thing up.
You turn your head and look, and on the floor, well, let me describe the area to you. So, looking around, you see a room that was once elegantly carved but has crumbled with age. Water is dripping down the walls, and you see the stains and the track marks of when water's been on brick or stone for a long time, leaving sort of green algae streaks and stuff like that. what was supposedly holding the room up was a number of pillars. A couple of these are sort of tipped over and collapsed and are lying on the ground, but you can still make out the figures carved on the pillars. A few of them are still standing, supporting parts of the roof, and a couple of them are sort of still standing, but just supporting nothing now above you. And then lying on the floor in front of what looks like where one of these pillars should have stood, there's almost like a small plinth, which all these pillars have an identical sort of plinth that these figures are standing on. The plinth is empty, and there's just a purple skinned tiefling lying on the ground.
I can't see this, can I?
No, let's say no, you can't see it, but you would have possibly heard it and seen.
What's that? What can you see?
There's a guy down here.
More men.
Hello. How, Mr. Tiefling? Hi. I'm still saying this, by the way, with my sword. Like, hello.
I'll slide
Hello,
down.
You're gonna drop down.
Mr.
Yeah.
Tiefling. Are you okay?
Okay. So you drop inside. You drop down, and then what?
I'll go over.
You're gonna go over. Okay, so you head over. Yeah, this guy is. It's unclear what he is really, because he looked at first glance you thought he was a tiefling, but traditionally tieflings have very tall, elegant horns, which taper into fine points, and they point quite high above their head. And often the tieflings, will be fabulously jeweled and things like that. This one is very different. His horns curl round his head like more like ram's horns, and while he still has that distinctive sort of purple skin, he just looks slightly off. Tieflings quite often have very dark eyes, and you can sort of see him as he's lying there. His eyes are sort of, they're not open, they're not closed. You can just see sort of very, very blue, not pupils, irises, just sort of peeking out between his eyelids.
When I drop down, okay, yeah, sorry.
He's also wearing almost nothing. He's just there in a very, in just like basically like a set of underpants. It seems like he's got no boots, no shirt, no trousers, no
oh dear
no
God.
belt, weapons, anything like that.
Do I have? Aha! I do have. Is he like showing any signs of like waking up? I know he said like
slowly seems to be sort of like waking up and sort of starts to open his eyes as Arwen stands over him and sort of starts to look around, and he'll sort of like look up and go, Who are you?
Who are you?
Ditto.
I have a name.
That's good. Good start.
I don't remember. It's been
That's...
a long. It feels like it's been a long time. My name is Neo.
Hello.
I'm supposed to protect. I think.
Protect what? I'm really hoping it's not this thing that I'm.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? Please tell me you're not meant to protect this thing.
I don't remember. It's all so hazy, so foggy. I can't properly. And as you look down at him, you sort of notice that this is a very scarred body, a very battered body. But it seems also to be healing. It's a very odd conjunction. It's almost like he's not really there. he almost seems to be developing bruises that then heal. Scars come into existence and they're sort of a livid red, and then they fade to sort of silver, and then they disappear to smooth skin again. And sort of the longer you watch, the sort of it would have been quite rapid to begin with, and it's just a bit. It sort of slows down, it settles. As he sort of gains more consciousness, he just settles into this sort of pristine, smooth, sort of velvety purple skin, almost like a newborn baby.
Well, that's new.
And as you're both looking at him, the thing on the ground twitches, and it and there's like a cracking of like muscles, and as it sort of slowly, like, and the dried skin sort of creaks as it like unfurls itself.
Give me an S. Give me an M. Give me an I. T. E. What does it smell? What does it smell? Spell. Can I smite it now, please?
Yeah.
I do not give a fuck what the hell it is.
I mean, you've technically got advantage because it is still pro.
Oh.
Yeah.
You will regret the day. So that
you'll regret the day you followed the rules.
Two-handed, by the way. Don't have my shield out. Two-handed. Why is one-handed always better? Whatever. That's 11 damage. Oh my god, that would have been 18 damage. Jesus.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay. So you slash down with this sword.
Plus 4. That's also quite disappointing.
You slash
15.
down with this sword, and sort of catching it sort of in the middle, sort of in the chest, sort of digging into some ribs, cutting through this dry skin like paper, and where this radiant light has sort of lit up your sword as you've swung it, it seems to fizzle and hiss as you slice into the flesh. And this thing reacts much more quickly now, having been inflicted with a wound. It springs to its feet, and it sort of hisses at you. It's quite an odd conjunction. This once powerful figure now sort of hunched and shrunken in, almost now on a level with the sort of bent back, leaning forwards. And either it's the dried skin or it's the dark undead magic that's activating this thing, but it seems like Everild's fingernails have elongated and sharpened, and the sort of small tusks of the half-orc have become much more accentuated into fangs and things like that. It sort of hisses at you and rises to its feet.
You woke it up and gave it magic. What have you done?
I didn't give it magic.
Things.
It's fine. Oh god. Are we going into initiative, or can I hit it again?
Yeah, let's roll some initiative.
Oh dear god. This has gone a treat so far.
21. 20. Okay, so you guys are going before it. Okay.
Die. Oh god. I squeaked then, that was weird.
Okay, well, Arwen, you react first. What do you do?
How far away am I? Because I'm next to that.
Oh, you know what's an excellent idea?
Being at the
is if I put you guys here.
Ah, yes.
That may very possibly be helpful.
It would also be a really good idea if I'd done character tokens for you. But hey, I forgot. So let us quickly just find. characters. Hold on. This DM thing is complicated.
It is, isn't it? So much to click on.
Alright, let's put that there.
Ooh, what the hell is big?
Oh. Yeah, let's just make him
Ooh.
a little bit smaller. You go there. That can be our lovely Sticks with his sword out. Put them up there.
Donk.
And then
Whack.
over here, we'll put the nice Arwen with a bow out. And can I make these controllable by you guys?
Yes. Right click it.
Yeah.
Or rather, actually, don't right click it. Click it regularly, and then there should be like a little cog. Go to settings.
Here we go.
And then there is a thing which comes down with a drop down box when you click the text box saying like controlled by.
Represents character name.
Should be below that.
Oh wait, that's the wrong one. God damn. I'm not very good at this. Sticks. There we go. Can you move your little man around?
I can.
Excellent.
Yay.
And Arwen, can you move?
Ooh.
Oh, I can move.
Okay.
I'm alive.
Alright. Excellent. So, and then now we need. There we go. We'll cover this one. Let's go with a lovely zombie for the time being. Okay.
I mean, it's thematic.
Arwen,
The thing is,
go first.
Hello.
undead.
What is this thing?
This is the like sarcophagus thing that it seemed like Styx and Evereld landed on and broke with the weight of their bodies when they hit it.
My bad.
I am not standing on that because that's a bad idea. I'm gonna go over here.
Like, okay.
Ooh, and turn around. I'm just gonna. What am I gonna do? That's a good idea. Good question. Got my daggers. I'm gonna bonk.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Hit.
What am I doing? That one? Ooh.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Yay.
That's 6 damage. Okay.
Can I do it again? I can do it again.
That's you. Can you hit twice?
I have 2 weapon fighting. That's, I think.
Yeah. I think you picked archery as your style, but anyone can do 2 weapon fighting.
Yeah.
You've got two weapons. Yeah. So you roll to hit. So as your bonus action, you attack it again. And if you hit, you don't add your ability modifier to damage. That misses, I'm afraid.
Hold on.
Oh no, you have 2 weapon fighting as your fighting style.
So that wasn't a bonus action. That was like a normal.
No, that is a bonus action.
Oh, okay.
2 weapon fighting is a bonus action, but having it as your fighting style means when you hit with the second attack, you can add your ability modifier to the damage.
Oh, okay.
But a 13 doesn't hit, unfortunately.
Cool.
Anything else?
I can't do anything else.
Okay, Sticks, your turn.
I
Sorry, you should have technically had advantage on both those attacks because of flanking. So just roll it again, just to see if you beat a 13.
Oh.
Okay. Sticks,
No
your
dice.
turn.
I, in the names of the immortal Daffy Duck, whack. Rather quack, but whack.
Yeah, 20 will hit.
Fuck yeah. Two-handed,
So that's
again.
12 damage.
That is indeed 12 damage.
No Divine Smite this time. Or...
No Divine Smite this time. I've only got 2 spell slots. I don't want to use them both up immediately. And now that Arwen's clicked on, I think we can take this thing. Or do I run away? No, I don't run away. I don't have anything to do with the bonus action either, do I?
Is that everything?
No! Yes, I believe that is everything.
Okay. On its turn, the undead husk of Evereld will it like sort of crouches. Well, it doesn't crouch down. It just sort of falls forwards onto its hands and knees, and effectively scuttles away, and it's going to move like directly towards the wall, and it's going to start. It just starts climbing the wall, and then when it reaches the ceiling, it sort of just turns. And as it's like climbing the wall, the head like rotates like 180 degrees to look at both of you.
Oh Jesus Christ!
And it like goes on to the like the little bit of the ceiling, and then just out the hole at the top.
Oh, bye then.
See ya.
Hissing at you. You both get attacks of opportunity against it as it moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Attack of opportunity. Attack of opportunity. That one. Oh, I can whack stuff. I can whack stuff. I'm trying to decide whether to add Divine Smite onto that. Because if he's running away, I feel like I probably should. That's the most even damage ever. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to add Divine Smite onto it. I'm going to regret it later on, but I feel like I need to stop it running away. Plus 6.
Yeah. Owen, you going to
17 damage.
Attack of opportunity?
Yes, I will do that. And I will do...
That hits.
Oh, we're killing it. Go team.
That's not 5 more damage.
Nice.
This thing sort of just scuttles up the ceiling and just
so it's still alive.
Disappears. Yeah, so like as you're hitting it, it like goes off and it like scuttles and it like turns its head to like look back at you, and it's still just disappears like out the hole and away.
Damn.
Leaving you.
Are we still on initiative?
Nah, we'll drop initiative now. You're both down like in this hole.
Can I try and climb back up to see where it's to see where it's gone? Can I try and like climb back up the wall?
Possibly. There's like it's like this pillar and this pillar are sort of freestanding. Like the ceilings collapse around them. The problem with this area is it hasn't collapsed back to the walls.
So it's like an overhang.
So there's like an overhang. So it would be almost impossible to like climb that overhang against the ceiling.
I don't think I have any rope. Yes, I do have rope. Oh, can I? Oh no, I'd have to. What would I attach it to though? Because it's like a clearing.
Yeah.
Put it on your arrows, then go pew, and then it hits a tree, and then you climb. You're new to this bow and arrow thing, I can tell.
You can. You're sort of down this sort of 15-20 foot drop, and the clearing was about sort of 30 feet around, so it would be very, very difficult to securely hit a tree. You'd be just sort of firing an arrow up blind, hoping for the best.
I'm going to try and less hit a tree, but obviously because the thing is attached onto the end, I'm hoping that I can snag it so shoot it up high enough so that when it comes back into the ground, it's solidly in the ground for me to use it as a point to climb on.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay, roll
in my
hit
mind that maybe
with your
works.
bow, and we'll see how securely it lodges.
I feel like we're definitely not supposed to get out of the pit, but
I want to see where it went, man. I'm a paladin. This is my thing.
Okay.
I mean, actually, it sort of is.
All right, that's a 19. So you fire this arrow.
I at the very least just want to see where it's gone so that we can track it later on.
It collides. You hear it sort of impact something. You're not sure whether it's the ground or whether it's struck a tree or what have you. But you've tied this rope on and it's there. You can try climbing it.
I'll give it a go. Yeah. See if I can at least to get some sort of bearings for kind of tracks to maybe then once we've finished here, because there is also a guy down here. Might need our help, so I figure I'll do that. What athletics?
No, because as you put your weight fully on the rope, you don't get more than a couple of inches off the ground, and it just gives out.
Oh, lovely!
You hit a leaf.
It is an arrow, to be fair.
Yeah.
Being
unable to see your target, you haven't been able to solidly get a nice solid connection to stick the arrow in, and it's just.
That's fair.
It's just slides out.
Well, we're stuck down here. Fantastic. Was really hoping that today would go like that. And also the guy who gave us our job has turned into an undead thingy from some kind of horror story and run away. So on average, a fairly average day for a paladin. Let's go see. Where's Neo? Where would Neo be in and around this area?
He'll be here somewhere.
Where is regular human? Just want regular human now. That's good. He'll be this one, just because they're slightly purple. So he's still over here. This column is missing. There's just a small plinth of it, and looking around, you can identify that there are 7 other columns, each carved with a different race. It seems.
Huh.
Seems like he's the only, and he doesn't look like any of the others. So you can.
Hello. Are you awake yet?
Yeah, he's sort of standing, looking around. He's seems a little bit sort of out of it still. He's just not quite there yet. Almost like he's had concussion, or someone that's been when if you suddenly wake someone up, it takes them a little while to be like, I'm awake, I know how to move and speak and that sort of thing. He's very he's if you just leave him, he'll just sort of stand for a bit and that's about it. But he seems to be coming around. He sort of looks around. He's like, what was that? Where am I? Where are we? Who? Doesn't seem to have recognized the fact that you spoke to him earlier.
Well, we're in a hole. Some kind of strange tomb or room or something. There's a sarcophagus here. And some weird undead thing crawled out with poor Everill.
When you
a man that we were hired with.
Yeah, when you say undead thing, he sort of head sort of almost snaps around. It's like, was anyone hurt? Did anyone need saving? And his hand almost seems to his hand almost seems to like reflexively like reach over his shoulder, grasping for something that isn't there.
Hmm.
Do you know what was in that thing in the middle of the room?
No, I
Weird.
don't remember. I don't remember anything. I feel like I should. Did something go wrong?
Yeah, just a little bit.
And he's sort of looking around himself, and he sort of starts to like wander like between the columns, and he pauses at one that looks like a very beautiful elf warrior, with like 2 crossed swords on her back and what might be the remnants of a bow, carved in her hands. Like all the stone has just sort of crumbled with age, and he just sort of like slowly like reaches up a hand, almost as if to like touch the face, and then seems to just sort of forget and turns away again. Sort of like puts his hands up to his head. He's like rubbing his temples, like just seems very confused. But you guys can sort of investigate this area more if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm concerned as to what's in this big ass chest over here.
Okay. Well, if you want to roll, both roll investigation just for the sake of it, and we'll see what exactly how detailed you can find things.
I am investigator.
Fucking hell! That's a double crit.
I do the investigation good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sticks as PI.
Jesus, can't track for shit, but once you get there, knows everything.
I'm finally attuned. There's an undead thing in here. I want to know what's happening about it.
Okay. Arwen?
Oh, yes. Oh.
You don't really know. You don't notice. You notice almost nothing. In fact, your attention is almost entirely drawn to this single column next to you, which has this dragon carved on it, and like it's almost got like 1 foot raised, and he's resting on top of this this other stone. And the interesting thing to you is this stone that has got its foot on doesn't seem to have been discoloured or worn away with age, and this thing is almost hypnotically taken all your attention, and your focus is focused on this thing. There's almost like a call. For you, Styx, you can easily identify the races of all the 7 other columns. You've got human, elf, orc, dwarf, halfling, dragon, and dragonborn there, and you can see them all clearly. You can also see there is this beautiful mural on the back wall that seemed to be split into 4 different sections, 4 cross section. In one of them, you can just about make out hundreds of tiny figures. It looks like this was supposed to be some battle with this huge army. In another one, there's this almost, you think it's probably like a mountain or a single tower or something like that. It seems to either have like lightning coming off it, or maybe it's rays of the sun behind it. You're not quite sure because it's so faded with age. The third one seems to be 2 figures. You're not sure whether they're friend or foe. They seem to be closely sort of crossed together, as if either in embrace or in combat. And then the fourth one is it looks like it was nine figures, 8 of them arrayed around a single one in the middle. But again, you're not, because it's so old and so many details have gone, and there's so much like water and like lichen and things growing over it, you can't pick out. There's just not the detail to get a full story from. But you do get a distinct you do get most of the sort of basics of these panels. There's also this chest which has has eight locks on it, and each of them again you can identify is the carved head of one of the different races. And looking around, you can actually draw a distinct match between the carved pillars and the features of these steel locks that are carved there as well. They all seem to match an individual person, and then there is one that looks distinctly like Neo, despite the fact that there is only 7 figures depicted in the columns. You can also make out what seems to be the faint. There's almost like a flickering from the walls every now and again. It seems like there was some rune work carved on the stone walls and things that every now and again this sort of bluish, this light blue light sort of seems to flicker within it and then die, almost like a fire trying to kindle itself back to life and then just dying out when it doesn't have the fuel or the energy. What would you like to do now?
So, let me get this straight. Creepy engraving on the wall about... I wonder if there... Figure that out later. And a chest. And on the chest are 8 locks.
Yeah.
But there's 7 races. No, there's 8 things. There's 8 pillars. 8 columns.
Yeah, all of these...
Each one is to do with a specific thing.
Yeah, so like 7 of the pillars still have the stone figures carved on them. And the bottom of all these is like this identical plinth, and then above that the figure comes out, depending on, and then it continues on as if they're holding up the ceiling.
Right,
and the 8th
okay.
one is just this bare plinth. There's no figure on it. But you've been able to draw distinct matches between the heads depicted that make up these locks and the faces of these carven statues.
Does that happen to be the plinth that Neo's next to?
It does, yes.
We accidentally brought him back to life.
Yeah, theory time. Neo woke up.
To life.
Fell off the plinth.
Yeah.
Therefore triggering the floor to collapse.
Okay.
Which means that maybe... Okay, so he's obviously special. He was stone and now isn't. Potentially. This is confusion. What do you think?
He was definitely on the plinth thing. The thing, you fell down it, and the big blue light went whoosh, and I think that's when he fell off, and he was like, "Oh, I'm alive now." And yeah, because why was there big blue light?
Yeah, that's like the
It's him.
yeah.
woke
Oh my
up.
god.
The
Okay,
big blue light.
Mr. Neo, sir. Hi.
you light?
How's it going?
That is blue.
First of all, do you remember anything about any of do these other characters, do these other people ring a bell to you at all? Do you recognize them? These statues on the plinths?
Like their faces seem familiar, but I can't remember their names. I don't know where I've seen them before. And he's sort of standing sort of over here in front of this sort of beautiful like elf statue. And then once again he almost sort of like subconsciously like reaches out a hand towards the face, and then like almost as if he can't remember why, and then he realizes what his hand's doing. He just once again drops to his side.
And do you know anything about this chest? There's a bunch of locks on it. Each one with a carved head resembling each of the things.
Yeah. So
each of these pillars.
one thing should have said is, as you've sort of like, have you tried to like touch this chest in any way yet, or have you just sort of looked at it?
No, but now I want to.
Poke it.
I think, yeah. So I think after sort of a little while looking at it, I'm gonna try and just like maybe like this place is pretty ancient.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the locks have sort of rusted away. I guess I'll try and open it.
Okay, so as you reach out and you touch it,
just out of curiosity,
the human lock, the face of the human and the face of the elf, they both glow blue, and then they glow red, and then the light just fades again.
So I am the wrong human/elf. Okay.
Dude, go touch the thing.
Yeah,
man.
Neo, man. Could you come over here? Come over here.
So
quick.
Neo will come over, and as he
could you just like place your hand on this here chest?
As he like places his hand on it, the tiefling lock that looks like him glows blue, and then it like opens, and the lid of the chest swings open, and inside is a bunch of stuff. You know, there's some clothes. You know, there's basically all like, you know, there's like the set of gear for a single warrior. There is.
Sir, please get dressed.
Yes, he can
get dressed. It's cold. What time of year is it?
Sort of. No, it's like autumn time.
Okay, it can get breezy. Put clothes on.
Yeah, he's like almost before you said that, he's almost started reaching for some of this stuff. Almost instinctively, like, oh yeah, this is my stuff. So I put it on, and so he starts putting it on, and he puts on a nice. Eventually he's all decked out. He's got a nice set of robes and things like that. Like a breastplate as well. And the last thing he pulls out is this this glaive blade, but it's not the glaive itself is not a full glaive. The handle of it would normally be this sort of 5 foot shaft, and it has been snapped off about 8 inches down, and it's just this sort of splintered wood. And the interesting thing is the break looks brand new. Like, there's no discoloration. None of his gear looks old or smells bad as if it's been in there a long time. And the break in this wood, while it looks like this shaft is dark on the outside, the cut is, while it's splintered, it's very bright colour inside of hard, solid wood. And so it looks almost like this was done minutes ago. And he sort of goes to put it over his shoulder in a sheath on his back, and then sort of realizes it doesn't really work anymore, as he sort of tucks it through his belt. And he sort of stands up and faces you, looking much more impressive and much more cognizant. The sort of cloudiness in his eyes and expression seems to have cleared somewhat.
Does he remember anything?
Yeah. Do you remember anything, good sir? Now that you put your clothes on, they say a good pair of trousers jogs the old memory.
He just sort of pats a few things, almost runs his hands over his robes and stuff, and is like, I was a protector of people.
That's nice.
We fought a weed stuff. It's all so hazy. Maybe it will come back to me with time. He sort of lapses again into silence, sort of now eyeing the sarcophagus, as it were, in the middle.
I investigate that, but not touch it. Just look at it. and see if I
Yeah.
can see through the gaps.
Yeah.
What am I looking at? Investigation. Oh, why am I bad at investigating things?
It just looks kind of like a stone box. There's
Okay.
you can actually see there's a few sort of shattered bones and things in there. With like some very like old like crumbling rags around them. But other than that, there's nothing else in there that you can see like inside. There might have been like a carving or two on it or something. You can't really tell with the way it's cracked.
I just look at it and go, ew, and then walk away.
Huh.
As you walk away, this which one did I say was this one that I said was the dragon one? Oh, it doesn't really matter. You hear a sound coming from by this column, but just you are in.
Let's go.
I think that would also be a good point to take a quick break.
Excellent.
And Arwen starts hearing strange noises that no one else can. let's jump back in. So you find yourself in this room, almost semi-sealed. Neo now has some trousers on. That's good. And this dragon statue with its hand or a foot on a sort of a rounded stone, it looks like initially, has just started making noises towards Arwen.
For which stone? This stone or this stone?
It's one of these columns. I can't remember which one I said was the dragon. But
right, one of the columns. Oh, right. Someone pinged the door and I got very confused.
That was now you're asking me whether or not it was in fact a door.
Ah, I see.
Or whether it was like just like an arch or something.
Yeah. I have a staff. Can I poke it?
What are you poking?
The rock thing.
Okay, yeah.
The rock.
Poke the rock thing.
Cool. Do I have to do anything?
No. Okay. So you like reach out and you poke it, and for you, this rock seems to be a sort of seems to have retained some color. Whether it was like an enameled stone, whether it was like just a natural piece of stone that has been like shaped and is coloured with this. You can also see now that actually, although the dragon's foot seems to be resting on it, it is just held in that position, and you could in fact remove this stone if you wish. And when you poke it with the staff, it sort of it rings out slightly, as if it's slightly hollow inside, it seems. But also this sort of spider web of like the point of impact sort of glows a little bit and sort of pulses and fades around the sides. Neo's head is caught by the light, and you would notice this as well as Six. You'd notice the light as Arwen sort of pokes this stone.
Interesting.
As I say, it looks like it could be, although it looks like the claw is on top, you could sort of reach in and take it out if you wanted.
Can I kind of
gonna
hit it out? I don't want to touch it, just in case I get dead like the other guy.
in case I get dead.
Yeah. So you like poke it out, and again, so it like rolls, and it's sort of. It's not quite round, you see, as you sort of push it out, it's more like ovate shaped. And you push it out and it sort of lands on the floor, and again it like rings out, sort of a bit like almost as if you imagine like a stone bell. It's sort of slightly hollow, it sounds like, and just sort of sits there sort of rocking side to side on the floor, and again, sort of where you've been sort of like tapping it out, every time you've sort of tapped it, this light has sort of like coalesced around it and faded again.
Neo, come poke this for me.
Oh wait, no, Neo. I'm not Neo. That's Neo.
So he comes over.
It's fine. I didn't want to poke it anyway. It was,
and he just sort of like bends down and like scoops it up in his hands, and just sort of holds it in one hand out to you. When he touches it, no, it doesn't. Although it sort of glows where his hand is holding it, but it doesn't seem as bright as before. In fact, sort of, he holds it out for sort of like a few seconds, and the light just seems to completely fade from it. As he sort of like holds it out towards you, Arwen.
I don't want it. But it just...
You don't want it?
No!
I'll have it.
Yeah, you could touch it.
Shit, sounds interesting. Alright. I'm
I
gonna
just
touch it.
wanted to see if one of the pillar people would come alive if he touched it.
You know what? I am a paladin of the forest. I am a respectable person, so if it does come to life, I'm sure Neo here seems respectable. Maybe they're all fairly respectable. Maybe they're all.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't killed us yet, and I'm sure whatever the hell that thing was, maybe that was the thing in the sarcophagus. Maybe that was just like it was like a creepy shadow before. Maybe that's just it came from the sarcophagus. I don't know. I'm gonna touch it.
Okay. As you take it, and as Arwen says, "I don't want it." It sort of glows warmly as you can feel it. It feels warm in your hand. You would expect this thing to be like a cold stone just sat there, but it actually feels warm, as if it's been like sat in, maybe it's like a rock that's been sat in the sun. And as you say, "I don't want it, Arwen," again in your head you hear this sort of twittering.
Ugh. Why do I have to do everything? Give me the rock thing. Fine, I want the rock thing.
Fine, I want the rock thing.
Yes, good. Take the cursed rock. No, I'm kidding. It's not cursed.
Better not be.
Okay, you gonna take it from Six?
Yep, my rock now.
Okay, again, as it's passed from hand to hand, you feel it in your hands and it's warm, and where your fingers touch it, it's sort of it glows, and as it's placed in your hand, the glow almost extends to you and starts to travel down your palm a little bit. Whereas with the others, it never travelled up yourself and you were poking it. It never travelled with the others. Your hand almost seems to glow, almost like it's connected to the same light, and then the glow just sort of fades.
I was gone away now.
Yeah, each time, it's glowed, it's glowed and then faded. And so as it's coming to your hand, both it and your hand have glowed this time, and then the glow fades like it has every time it's been.
If I keep throwing it up and down, will it then slowly, gradually go further up my arm because it can't go away faster?
So you just sort of toss it from hand to hand.
Yeah. If it goes.
Yeah, you can do.
I want to glow.
Sure, why not? So yeah, as you do this, the glow, as you sort of pass it quickly back and forth between the hand, first your hand, then sort of your wrist, and each time it moves, it recedes a little bit, but then it comes back into that hand and it goes a little bit further. And you can't seem to get it much more beyond your elbows and up your biceps. It seems to sort of peter out then, but that's about, so you have these sort of glowing forearms for a little bit. But the moment you stop exchanging, moving the contact around, it just sort of again recedes. And now, having done that so much, your arms are probably sort of tingling with sort of pins and needly feelings. You sort of you can feel that there's some sort of magic in it.
I feel like that was a bad idea.
Can I?
It doesn't feel harmful.
Okay.
It's just you because you've this glow has travelled up your arms. You feel like there's this sort of residualness to it, and it feels sort of warm and tingly.
Okay, cool.
If I do something as a ritual that doesn't use up the spell slot, does it?
It does not.
Could I ritual cast Detect Magic?
Yeah, you can take 10 minutes to ritual cast Detect Magic.
Yes, I will
While
do
I'm
that.
throwing it back and forth.
Okay. You cast.
I'll bit my tongue. Ow.
Ow.
Yeah, you cast Detect Magic, and the whole room lights up.
Oh Jesus!
And so this sort of stone, this egg-shaped stone in Arwen's hands is glowing very strongly. There is a faint sort of residual glow around Neo, but that's almost that's dissipating. All these columns have this tiny ember of magic inside them, but it's there's the faintest whispers of magic there, barely tangible. And again, the walls and things where you've noticed these sort of flickering blue runes, they ripple with magic as the blue runes sort of flicker in and out. There's a very very weak magic presence here, almost as if something's sort of faded or fading. But again, it's that the runes are sort of trying to come back to life. It seems like so they'll sort of flare up a little bit, and they get a little bit brighter, and then they'll sort of die down when as they haven't really got. It seems like something missing to sustain them. Maybe they're just, really old and there's just not the energy left from the spell that cast them to maintain them anymore. Or maybe they were damaged in some way. You don't know.
Interesting. Can I open the sarcophagus? You said that was shut, right?
No, it was like cracked open from where you guys landed on it. Yeah. So there's still like partial stone slabs left on top. I would investigate it and was able to see like bits of skeleton and decayed cloth and stuff.
Okay. Okay, you know what? I won't desecrate the dead any further. I'll be fine. You said this was a door.
Yes.
Is there any way we can get through this door? It has a big lock on it. I can. I'm assuming see.
Yeah, well, it just seems like a very sort of plain door on your side. There's a couple of like mundane like wood. Excuse me. There's like a couple of like metal brackets, as if they once contained like mundane wooden like braces to bar the door. And again, they've got this. How long does detect magic last? It's like 10 minutes, isn't it?
Detect magic lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah. So again, it's got this sort of faint, like runish glow to it. Sort of again, flickering. The same as everything else. It's like flickering and stuff. But it looks like it had some like physical barriers as well that have just decayed over time.
Okay. Can I try and open it? Is it like?
Yeah.
Would it be sort of open? Can I?
Yeah. You
try
can
and
push it.
open?
You can push it, and these two like stone doors seemingly glide sort of open, only very slightly scraping on the floor.
Okay.
And you. Yeah.
Arwen, Mr. Neo, sir. Would it be not better to potentially resolve all of this in a tavern or some such? I mean, Neo, you're looking good, man, but you're not looking. I'm assuming you've looked better. I don't know you. Maybe it would be better if we all went, had a drink. This has clearly been a bit of a rough day, and also if we get out of here, we can maybe try and find some tracks as to where Everill went. Maybe there's a possibility that we can get that thing, whatever it was, out of his body. Don't know. It's an undead running around the place, and there's already a giant out there as well. I think people have got their problems sort of already in it.
Yeah.
Is there anything else anyone wants to do in the room?
We'll just sort of like nod and sort of turn to like follow you and just sort of just turn to follow you, sort of like casting one last look at a couple of these figures before come to stand sort of beside you. Ready to go. He seems relatively sort of almost docile at the moment, like because he's quite happy to follow instructions at this point while he sort of figures out who he is.
He's not going to know where to put the stone. I don't know where to put this stone.
Well, you've got like a pack or something. You can put it in that.
Yeah, keep it with us. It might be useful. Maybe we can find some kind of wizard somewhere who can identify maybe a bit more about this stuff.
Stone that glows.
Stone that glows. Excellent.
It's in my bag.
I'm to go forth.
I'm just going to get rid of Neo's character for a while, so I don't have to manage him because he's just going to stay.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Can I see these holes in the floor?
Yeah. Yes.
Or is that not meant to be?
Yes.
I can. Can I do a little inspection of them?
Yeah.
A little investigation.
It seems like, again, because you've got Detect Magic up, it seems like
Well,
there was supposed to be some sort of magic, but as you're looking at it, it almost shimmers like a sheet over it, as if there was supposed to be like an illusion that made it look solid, but is no longer functioning as it should, and so it sort of ripples and like fades in and out and sort of becomes translucent for a second, and then it's invisible, and then it'll sort of flick back, and it's just sort of fades away again.
Can I roll investigation to see if it's still therefore active?
Yeah.
Or some kind of check to see if it's still active? Guess I'll roll that. Oh, mate.
Yeah, this it very much seems that this trap could still be functional. It almost seems like you can figure out that if the magic has flared up and is effectively powered, when you step through, it'll activate. But you can also like peer down and see that there are some very, very rusty, almost rusted to nothing in a couple of places, like spikes. So some of them are like rusted to nothing, some of them are sort of half gone, a couple of them seem maybe they're okay, so you don't know what would really, how effective this trap would actually be anymore.
Any ideas?
One for the
Walk
team.
over it. Just. I have. Do I have an idea? I think I have an idea. Mr. Good JJ, sir, who's always been a kind friend to me and wouldn't dare kill my character off in the first session.
Yes.
Or maybe he would. I don't know. I did joke about it with you guys when we started our campaign. Can I take off my shield?
Yeah.
And throw my shield onto the platform to see if anything happens? Because I don't give a fuck about my shield.
Yeah, you can do that. As you you throw. I need a dice. Where are you? There you are. As you throw your shield on, the trap activates, and there's this sort of like grindingness, and then this just sort of cloud of dust sort of poofs out of all the holes, as it seems like the mechanism for activating just caused whatever was left to just disintegrate, and the trap goes off, but it's just harmless.
Oh.
You get the distinct impression that everything around here is unbelievably old.
Unbelievably old, you say? Well, I can believe a very old thing, so that'd be pretty unbelievable. Alright, fine. I'm gonna pick up my shield and continue, I guess just continue down the path.
Okay, you make it down the path.
Oh.
You can just like scrabble across these like rocks and stuff, no problem.
I'm gonna keep going this way because I feel like I just want to like check out everything there is to check out. That's good. I feel super useful.
Nice of you to join me.
Hello. Well, you know what? I thought ladies first.
Right.
I do some investigation of my own. You'd head off down that way. I try.
That's all right.
This way.
Okay.
Can I take a look further right though, real quick, just to like.
Yeah. Oh, just FYI, these like archway things. It's like these things here. They're all just like archways and stuff. They're not doors.
Right, okay.
If you sort of peek right, this, you can see this.
More options. I'm gonna follow Arwen.
Okay.
Because that is exactly how we get lost. That is exactly how we get lost.
Okay, as you step into the room, this statue, turns towards you, and the head sort of like twists. On its neck, and it starts to almost crunch towards you, and it tries to raise one of its arms, and there's this sort of grinding of stone as it slowly raises an arm, and it's just holding this almost 6 inches worth of sword as it it's like the rest of the blade is rusted away. The movement of this also, like through sort of like a hole in the wall, emerges one of these, which is
it can fuck off, is what it can do.
it's a very large spider.
I dislike this. That's fine. Because we got this. Is it just one of them? Or
It's just one spider and this one statue. So if you could both roll me some initiative.
Oh, excellent. Oh,
Why do I always
nat 20 on initiative.
roll high initiative? Every time.
Sticks. Okay.
I'm concerned that this statue is gonna hit us as we walk past it.
Okay, well, Arwen, you're first.
I am going to shoot the spider because I don't want to go near it.
Okay. That's a hit.
Thank God.
That's 6 points of damage.
Yowza.
So this spider appears and only almost briefly seems to come out of its sort of webby hole before this arrow thunks into its body, and it sort of recoils and screeches, sort of flaps its two sort of front legs at you, pincers clicking. It seems deeply unhappy about this arrow shot.
Fantastic. Spiders shouldn't be happy, they should be dead.
Anything else?
No, that's fine.
Okay, sticks.
Alright. Could I... It's going to seem very strange, but I'm very concerned about this frickin' statue. Could I stand here, get into its sort of path, and take the dodge action?
Yeah.
Because I want to see, I want to sort of like tempt fate and sort of see, with my shield out, by the way, I'm going to get my shield out at this point, and sort of just like see if it is going to, because it's raised its arm up.
Yeah.
I'm concerned it's going to be, I'm concerned it's some kind of trap that's going to try and like whack me as I go past or whatever.
Yeah.
Some kind of mechanism. So, yeah. Can I do that?
Yeah, no worries. So you take the dodge action?
Yeah, it's just disadvantage on attack rolls against me. Because it can fuck off.
Alright, well, it's now the statue and it tries to swing at you. That is a 19. Oh no, sorry, it's a 13 to hit you.
13 to hit me. That misses. Thank God.
So it like swings at you, and it's almost like it hasn't quite worked out that it hasn't got a full sword yet, and so it just swipes past you with the stub of the blade.
Does its like legs appear to move, or are they sort of?
It's like a full like statue, and it's sort of like
right. Okay.
You know.
Right. Okay. I was just concerned that it was like some sort of thing where his legs were sort of stood still, but his arms were the thing swinging around.
It seems to have the capability to potentially walk around.
Okay, cool. Okay, that was mainly what I was checking.
Yeah. All right, then the spider is gonna go. So the spider stays where it is, almost sort of half in this hole and all, and it's just gonna spit like some webbing out, and it just sort of covers the statue with this sort of sticky webbing.
Lovely.
That's what the spider's gonna do.
Wait, is the spider good?
No spiders are good. That's the point of spiders. Trust me, lived in a forest, mate. They suck.
Ooh.
Their legs,
so-
they just get everywhere.
I'm going to go here and I don't. Nothing. Wait, it's old, right?
Yeah,
This
it's
thing
pretty
that's old
old.
and crumbly. Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's try and like whack it a bit.
Mm,
Okay.
Yeah.
but
I'm gonna do.
But.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it with my staff. Just kind of.
That's a 7 to hit. Where you just hit it, and it sort of bounces off. You haven't got quite the strength on the strike to like do anything to the stone.
Okay. I'm gonna run away. Bye guys. I'm back over here.
It's gonna take a swipe at you. No, it can't take a swipe
No,
at
it
you
can't.
because you've got the feet, haven't you?
Yeah. You can't do that to me.
Read to me the mobile feet again, or like click on it so it goes in the thing. I just want to check it. I just want to remind myself what it says because I've forgotten.
How do I? Oh, there we go.
There you go.
It's definitely speedy and agile.
When you make a melee attack against a creature, you don't have effects of opportunity from that creature for the rest of the turn. Yeah.
Whether you hit or not. Damn. Alright.
Alright.
I should have taken that. Jesus.
It's great.
Alright, yeah, so it can't hit you back. Is that everything, Alan?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, Sticks. Your turn.
I will be doing very little.
Okay.
Other than a bit of whack. Shit.
Again, you know, it's a stone statue, and you just don't seem to be having quite the right strikes to deal any significant damage. Your sword sort of seems to skate off this stone body.
Okay, and I think I'm going to remain here because if I move, the spider might have a better shot at me.
Okay, well, the statue will try to strike at you again then. That's a 7 to hit.
Oh no.
So you've got your shield out now, and so as it sort of comes down, it just sort of bounces off your shield. You're ready for it.
Easy.
Then the spider's going to go, having what it thinks is neutralized the statue. It's going to come up to Arwen and try and bite Arwen.
Oh, rude.
So that's a natural 1.
Haha.
And I just put my other dice back in the box, and that is also a natural 1. Wasn't rolling that, just put it away in the box, and it landed on a 1. Yeah, so
Lovely.
it goes to bite you and just sort of doesn't really get close. Your nimble movement sort of skittering out of the way, and then we go back to Arwen again.
How big is it?
The spider.
Yeah.
It's like a medium creature, I think, or a small creature. Yeah, I think it's a medium creature. So it's pretty big for for a spider.
So what you're saying is I can't kick it halfway across the room.
I mean, you can kick it.
Halfway across the room.
I guess that would be an unarmed strike, which would be what's that? 1+ strength. And then I suppose you could make an opposed strength check to see whether or not you pushed it back.
It's probably easiest just to slice it with my daggers, isn't it?
Possibly.
I'm just gonna do that.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Damn. Damn.
The spider dies.
Oh, bye, spider.
Excellent. Fuck you,
Yeah.
spider.
So you you just bring this dagger down and just bury it in the body of this giant wolf spider, as it's called, and this thing
Cool.
just sort of like it just sort of like shudders its legs, like bunching up on it before it just drops to the floor.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over it and just carry on.
Okay. If that's everything.
Yeah. Can I can't hit a different thing now,
Yeah.
can I?
If you've got more
Okay.
than one attack, you can kill one thing and then attack something else.
Let's have another go. Oh, for crying out.
That doesn't hit, unfortunately. The statue is
We'll
remarkably
get there.
resilient.
We had 7, we had 8, we had 9. I'm thinking after a couple of turns, we'll get there.
Alright, Sticks, your turn.
I'm gonna move 5, 10, get some flanking going. Trained in the art of combat. Where the fuck is my thing? Why won't the thing load? It's loading. There we go. Longsword. 12.
It's 12. Does the 12 hit? Yes, 12 does hit.
Yay!
Roll some damage.
It's one-handed because I have my shield out. So.
Yeah, 4 damage with the shield out. This time you seem to be doing something. You hit it, and it's sort of your blade sparks, and this sort of big chunk of stone seems to chip off.
Excellent.
And well, as it's moving, it sort of almost seems to like stutter, like the sort of grindingly. It's grinding like the body parts are grinding as the stone moves against stone, but the action is still a smooth motion, and it just sort of stutters as it takes this hit.
I like it.
It will, if that's everything on your turn.
Yeah. That is everything on my turn.
The statue will. Neo should be in this as well. I removed his token and completely forgot he existed.
He's just woken up. He's confused.
In the doorway.
He's like, what even is a spider? What even is? Hey, it's my old mate statue,
I'll throw him
man.
in so I don't forget about him in the future. But yeah, you guys haven't even taken any damage yet, so it's fine. So I'll roll for him now. That's a 19 plus something. So that's a hit. He hits the statue.
Well, Neo, my boy.
Whips out this shortened glaive, slices on it. What is the damage on a damage type on a longsword then?
Slashing. I want to say slashing.
Yeah. So as you strike it, even though you sort of strike this chip out of it, it seems resistant to the slashing damage because it's made of stone.
That is a very good point.
And then again, when Neo strikes it, his weapon just doesn't seem to be as effective. And so then it's the statue's go. He will strike at the annoying boy who's hit him twice now. That's a 2. So he misses Sticks again. Just Sticks' shield is earning its keeps today. And then the spider's dead, so we go to Arwen again.
Is he turned around now? Because you attacked Stick.
Yeah, we don't really do like directional facing in combat. You can do, but it's we generally don't really bother with it. But you are technically flanking because Sticks is directly opposite, so you get advantage because of that.
Okay. So I put it on advantage, and I do the stuff, and I hit.
That's a hit.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh
boy.
Well, I didn't know it was 1 or 2, but I was 2.
2, okay. That's bludgeoning damage. So again, you strike this, and you give it a properly solid whack, and it sort of almost seems to stumble and struggles to sort of upright itself. But again, also it seems like although you can feel the force you hit this thing has, and it just doesn't seem to have taken the damage in the same way. It seems to be resistant to the bludgeoning. Anything else on your turn?
I'm just gonna stand. No, wait, no, I'll stand. I'll stay there.
Okay. Sticks, you're up.
This is quite the conundrum because I don't have any spell slots left. Oh, and I could do one, but I've not got the thing for it. So I think I'm going to sacrifice the good of my health. And no, I'm not. See, because I'm not going to because of. Never mind. I'm just going to whack it with my longbow. Longbow, longsword.
Okay.
Too many long things.
Yeah,
I'm very long. One-handed.
This thing, it just crumbles.
Chunk.
You hit it, and it just seems to be one hit too many, and it just sort of starts to break off in pieces, and they fall to the ground, and you're soon surrounded by gravel.
Yay!
Excellent. Well, that was easy. Didn't even take a hit. Statue, piece of piss. Onwards.
Alright, before we move onwards,
Although there's so
I just need to nip to the bathroom real quick, so I'll be back.
excellent. If I spin my character around, it sort of looks like it's just weird.
What do all these? Ooh, I drew a line. Oops. How do you get rid of lines?
Where's the line you drew? I can't see it. I can't see a line.
Oh. Got rid of it. It's gone.
Nailed it.
Alright, onwards.
Nothing happened.
Yep. Didn't do
Excellent.
anything. Wasn't me.
Nothing was drawn.
Okay. Awesome. I'll definitely not go back in the stream and have a look at this.
Excellent.
Okay, so you've got some more options leading off.
I'm going down here.
Which one? Okay. So you go down there, and there's this.
What is that?
I'm
Well,
gonna
this
follow
looks-
you. Not feeling very confident going on my own. There's spiders in here. I don't like spiders.
Okay.
This is suspicious.
Yeah, there's this like runic pattern carved on the floor.
Neo, come and stand on this.
Hold on. I am not gonna allow Neo, this guy who might have just woken up from like
I
however
am.
long asleep. I'm gonna take my shield off and chuck that on it again. See if anything happens. It's the heaviest thing I got.
Yeah, you just chuck your shield on it again. There's this sort of like fizzle and hiss, and this sort of like little like puff of smoke sort of seems to come off the runes, and then they all just like the whole thing like sort of fades and becomes dull.
Ah,
This
no,
seems to be in
put my
Carry on.
shield back up.
another-
Yeah, put my shield back up. Carry on.
Another slightly non-functional
See,
trap.
see, I'm now starting to think that, oh yeah, maybe the traps are all just bogus and they don't work. But I know as soon as I say that, there's going to be one right at the end that
The
knocks
false
me unconscious.
security.
Because of course there will be. Yeah, let's go this
I'm
way.
going this way. Me, stand over
Move. What be this thing?
I don't know. Maybe someone should stand on it, not me.
JJ, what?
You can investigate it if you like.
Can I just throw my shield on it?
I just want
I don't trust my
investigation.
I don't trust my investigation.
Okay.
Although I did actually roll 2 nat 20s. Yeah, I'm going to investigate it instead because I should really pay more attention to the fact that I don't think I'd have the money to buy another shield.
Okay.
12.
It appears to be some sort of pressure plate in the floor.
Some sort of pressure plate, you say? Shield. Take. Just throw my shield on it. Screw it. I don't need that extra 2 AC. Who needs it?
You throw your shield on it, and there seems to be some sort of like snapping or twang in the distance, and then nothing happens.
Okay, cool.
Snapper. Oh,
There's like arrows.
yeah. You can see arrows over there. That would have done shit all. Throw my shield on it. Still get hits with arrows. If anything, the shield did a better job. So I'm going to guess that. No. Wait. Hold the phone.
Oh.
That wouldn't connect up with that, would it? What's over here? Tell you what. Yeah, I'm assuming these two connect. What be this? I found a chest.
Yeah.
Stand on.
I found a thing. Oh, they're like.
Oh, I've got to go all the way back to my notes to find out when I originally wrote this. There it is. What chest is that? That is.
Oh.
Okay, so you can just. That chest is like. The chest isn't really a chest. It's more to just like remind you that there's stuff there.
I see.
So you get here and you seem to find there's like a pack that's been put down, and going through it, you just find sort of like a few odds and sods, like a couple of rags, like some very very mouldy food,
Nice.
and then you can find there's like a small pouch of coins, and you find 8 silver pieces and 7 gold pieces.
Oh, nice. I'll tell you what, I'm willing to split it.
Oh.
So 8 silver pieces and how many gold pieces?
7.
7. I'll tell you what, I will take 3 and you can have 4, but I will take all of the silver pieces then, because then I'm only 2 silver pieces short of 4 gold pieces.
Yeah. But yeah,
Excellent.
good idea.
Fucking maths, baby.
Congratulations.
Nailed it. Thank you.
Right.
And there was 8 silver pieces, so that means I have 17 silver pieces. Boom.
Ooh.
There you go.
Look at me moving up in the world. Let's get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna go see what's over there. Oh, nothing for it. Go back over there.
Yeah, I feel like it's back this way. Hey, Neo, come on, we're going this way instead.
Yeah, I'll move in when it becomes approach and leaving for now.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I guess go down here.
See down there.
Oh God! What?
Or, hmm.
It's Oh.
Oh, this leads off somewhere. I'm intrigued.
Oh.
I'm too intrigued.
That
Another thing.
A thing.
This
Clamber
one is
over
it's
the
like
rocks.
it's quite tight where this is caved in, so you have to make an acrobatics check to like crawl through this rubble. As it covers
lovely.
quite a significant portion of the passageway, so you got to like squeeze your way through, trying not to disturb it.
Acrobatica.
It's a 9 and a 10. Unfortunately, neither of you managed to like make it through without disturbing the rocks. And as you're sort of progressing, a bunch more of them sort of fall down and just block the passage, preventing you from getting down the end.
Shit. Well, you know what they say.
What do they say?
I don't. Well, you know, surely. I said you know what they say, not I know what they say.
Okay, so.
This way.
Playing a guy with 4 charisma like he's got nothing.
Oh, my dead end.
Oh, shit.
Down here. What's that?
Bones. That
Fine
is bones.
I'm looking. Investigation. Fuck's sake.
It's bones.
Cool. Moving on.
Can I once again do my divine sense to see?
Yeah, you sort of channel this energy and you get in touch with this magic, and you look around and it's nothing. You don't see any undead or anything like that. No fiends.
Simply just bones.
Yeah, these could be the bones of belonging to the person whose pack you found.
Potentially.
It seems like someone got in here and maybe got lost in amongst the dead ends and the traps and couldn't find their way out again.
Ha.
What a fucking idiot. Before we head back down there, I'm fairly intrigued as to what's... this seems like a fairly final pathway, so I'm just going to see what's over here. See if there's anything down this way, which might be worth a little look, because I'm clicking my character so much it keeps double clicking me. Oh god. Long corridor. Is there anything? Yeah, is there maybe another way this way? No.
Nope.
Alright, well, that's fine. Yeah, I guess try going through here. Would that be another acrobatics?
No, this one's just sort of rubble. You can just sort of step over and around. Just to save a bit of time.
Nailed it.
You'll discover another dead end.
Oh, I'm so
over here.
glad I walked that far. Chunk.
Right.
Dual pressure plates.
I have an idea.
You have an idea.
I have an idea.
Because it appears that there's something on the walls.
Stand here.
Standing here.
Yeah, just in case.
Okay. I'm very scared. Oh boy.
I'm intrigued. Go on.
In my pocket, on the inside of my coat, I bring out my friend Arlo the mouse.
Oh no!
Okay.
And I tell him, Arlo, poke the
No!
this. He's not going to stand on it. He's just going to poke it.
So you send... Arlo is just a mouse, so you put
So
him down...
small. So it's small enough to not get hit by anything.
Yeah, so you speak to Arlo the mouse.
I speak to Arlo the mouse.
And you put him down on the floor.
Yes, he's my friend, so he knows what I'm saying.
Up and he sits on your shit.
Okay.
Okay, new plan. I'm gonna pick up a bunch of the bones that are here, JJ.
Yeah.
Like, just like land, just throw them, just lob them over the two pressure plates.
Okay.
And hope that nothing terrible happens.
Roll a d20, or if you want to sort of see, just to gauge sort of like how much weight's worth of bones you are able to like toss. Okay, so you get a substantial
19.
amount. It would trigger the. So you toss these bones, and they slide across. And when they get to the second pressure plate, they're a rotating blade like slides out of the wall at sort of chest height and runs up the length of, but only on one side, and runs up the length of the slit in the wall and then retreats back in again.
Excellent. Time to get on your hands and knees and do a bit of crawling. And I'm going to crawl, or prone rather, like prone crawl over both the pressure plates.
Okay.
That work?
Yeah, again, the one gets set off, but it goes like cleanly above your head.
Sweet. Nailed it. See? Nailed it. Come on over.
I'll do the same, but I'll put Arlo on my shoulder so I don't squish him.
Okay.
And he's fine, he's small, so it's fine.
There is indeed not squished.
I've never seen an animal abused so much in my life. Put him down. Oh yeah, fire burns throughout the hallway. Arlo dies.
No.
That would have been terrible. Okay, so these stairs that are in front of us.
Yes.
They go upwards.
They do.
I'm intrigued at a little more of the history of this place, though. I feel like maybe there's still some secrets left uncovered. So I'm going to go this way and throw my shield on the pressure plate of justice. I'm Styx the shield thrower.
Oh, for fuck's sake, come on.
I'm like frickin' Captain America.
Yeah, so there's like this, again, grinding noise, and then this sort of like shower of splinters and rust comes out of these three slots in the wall. As whatever was supposed to come out just detonates in a shower under the force, and just it seems to be harmless.
Excellent. Pick back up the shield. Oh man, do I really feel like I'm cheating now? Yes. Go through here. Investigate that bit of the later date.
Oh no. Stuff.
Yeah, you're going to find some stuff.
Yay! What's in the stuff?
Find 20 copper pieces and 10 silver pieces.
10 copper, 5 silver each. Fuck it. 10 copper, 5 silver. Oh, no, not. There we go. Not 500 silver.
Are you sure?
Yeah, are we sure? Did we look hard enough? Alright, let's head back. Let's go up this place instead. Oh, Jesus, there's so much to this place. I see that place on the right, which makes me think that this place will be quicker, so then we can go through that place and do that stuff a little better.
Oh, God.
Who
So many
fucking
dead ends.
needs?
Oh.
Guaranteed this is a dead end. guaranteed.
haven't done this.
Another thing, throw shield. I'm probably progressively annoying JJ with all these intricate traps by just throwing my shield.
No, what's progressively annoying is I agreed that all these traps were going to be old as shit, so there was going to be a chance they wouldn't go off, so I was going to roll a d4 to determine if they went off. Only one of them has gone off.
Excellent.
So this one, you throw your shield at it and there's like a little like puff of like icy crystals come out and they sort of sparkle in the air before melting away as you throw your shield on it, and you're able to see that this is yet again another dead end.
Fuck sticks. Alright. Let's go this way. There's an archway. Usually means something important in here.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's another one of these bloody statues. Is there anything else in the room, JJ?
No, you can just see the statue at the moment.
Can I make an investigation to see if it has potentially anything quite important on it?
Yeah.
Or some sort of
anything
that might.
12. The statue seems to be in slightly better condition than the other one, having not been sort of surrounded by, not been in the sort of living space of a spider. It seems to be sort of better maintained. You can just about make out an insignia sort of on its shield, but it's not one you would recognise.
You internet. My internet froze. There's that.
It's not an insignia you recognise.
Does Neo know anything about these statues?
Let me roll.
Would Neo know anything about it?
He knows nothing.
Neo. He's got -1 intelligence. Alright, I rolled him with advantage because
he needs to read a book.
This is something he would potentially know about, and I rolled 2 natural 20s.
Excellent. A man of my own heart. Paladins are favoured today.
They are indeed. 2 natural 20s on advantage. Which does only bring it to a 19. He's got -1 to his investigation. But yeah, so he recognises the statue, and he sort of wasn't really like sort of paying attention. That's why he sort of slowed the initiative with the first one. It was a bit more degraded, but this one he recognises, and again, as part of his sort of like getting dressed without sort of really realising it, he put this ring on his finger, and he sort of looks at it now. Looks at this like signet ring on his finger, and the symbol matches. I haven't yet worked out what this symbol actually is going to look like, so I can't actually tell you what it looks like. Yeah, and so it matches, and he's almost without thinking, it's almost like he's not in the room, and he just says, "This statue was made by the Brotherhood."
Well, that doesn't sound good.
To protect.
The Brotherhood. Who's the Brotherhood?
And and so he'll sort of tell you that, what's this Brotherhood you speak of? He seems to have almost like an out-of-body experience. He doesn't even realise he said anything.
Well, you said Brotherhood. So now I'm asking you, what... Do you know anything about a Brotherhood? You just said it. Jogged the old memory.
I feel like I recognise this. Things are becoming clearer. Have I been here before?
I mean, probably.
I don't remember. The Brotherhood was The Order, not the Brotherhood. The Order was created to protect, and that's all they'll say.
Protect what? Or who?
Protect the people from darkness.
Darkness.
What is this darkness?
Yeah, what kind of darkness? Are we talking like day and night darkness, or are we talking like evil stuff darkness?
Because you've got 2 natural 20s, he's going to have a moment of like extreme recollection, and he's just like, King Balsam must never return.
King, who him? Balsam.
Balsam, Balsam. If he ever
King
returns,
Balsam.
darkness will fall.
Interesting. King Balsam. That might be a thing to look up in some kind of library or something later on. Any more information you can give us on this, or is...
That's going to be pretty much sort of everything.
Alright. Well...
This statue seems to have an internal sort of glow behind the eyes, whereas the other one didn't.
I don't want to fight something that has an internal glow to it.
I'm going to step here and take the dodge action
It's gonna zap us.
if it comes to fight me.
Yeah, as you get within like 10 feet of it, it comes to life, and this one, it moves much more smoothly. The stone doesn't grind so much, and it turns to swing at you.
Oh, fuck off.
How? What? I'm gonna have to throw the magic stone at him.
Just like a Pokeball, like.
That's a 22 to hit you with disadvantage. The lowest it rolled was a 19.
Yeah, that hits. Hit me with that damage. Come on, I dare you. I double dare you.
That's 4 damage. As this like scimitar sort of comes down. It's like slashes at you.
Yeah, I will be. Not. Would that be initiative?
This statue seems. This one seems fixed, which seems part of what's held it up so well. It's only a torso, and then it's got a big square base, so it seems much more substantial, which is one of the reasons why it hasn't decayed so much. But it also seems immobile.
Ah, okay. Then
it's not perfect. It's still partially broken down around the edges. It's still got water damage and covered in like moss and things growing on it, but it moves a bit more smoothly. It doesn't grind as much. It's not as pockmarked or anything like that. So, it's not perfect, but it's better than the other one.
Well, I will be taking the disengage action and running the fuck away.
Yeah, if you want.
Because I feel like it can't move.
No.
It didn't have anything particularly interesting on it. Let's really quickly go over here and have a real quick look at what's over here.
Ones
in the
or
last 5 minutes or so.
It's another dex check to get through this set of dex acrobatics check to get through this set of rubble. Yeah. So
We.
you can make it through sticks. Oh, and if you want to make it through, you've also got to make a dex check.
I did.
Did you?
I got
Oh,
11.
you made an 11. Sorry. So Arwen, as you're going through, things start to you end up touching a few of the boulders, and a couple more start to fall down. You just make it to the end. Make me a dexterity saving throw.
God. Ah,
You take 1 point of
no.
bludgeoning damage as another boulder or another piece of stone falls down and hits you across the shoulder.
Ow.
But yeah, and the passage is now partially blocked. But sticks, you're able to get through with that 18. But yeah, so you both make it through. But it's gonna be harder to get back. Find another
Well, good job.
thing of loot.
Oh, well.
In this one, you find 2 copper pieces, a gold piece, and a small red bottle. Or a small bottle
A small red bottle.
containing some red liquid.
Drink me so we shrink so we can get through the boulders better.
It does not
Can
say
I
shrink
make
me.
some sort of check to see if I can identify what is what is in it?
Yeah, well...
Would that be a sort of check?
Yeah, go for it. Make a Arcana check, I suppose. So just...
Oh, 7.
7. You're not sure what this bottle is, but you don't think it's harmful.
Okay. Again, maybe just something to get checked out with some kind of wizard at some point. I guess make it back through here. We need to make
dexterity acrobatics check to make it through.
getting me at. Oh, fuck.
5. Oh,
Bye! I got 20.
oh, sorry, it keeps... Yeah, yours keep coming up delay for me. Okay, so Owen, you make it through absolutely fine. Sticks, you cause the whole thing to collapse on you.
And I'm trapped down here.
No, you manage to get through it. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Alright. Dex save. 4.
You take 5 bludgeoning damage as several large pieces of stone fall down on you.
Shit. I'm not. I've been better. I'm about half HP. I'm a big fucking rock. Alright. Time. This time, instead of taking my shield and throwing it on,
Stand on it.
I'm gonna pick up one of the rocks that just fell on my face and drop it on. And drop it on the thing and see if it does anything.
Okay. So you throw the rock on, and this column of lightning, this lightning bolt, strikes down from the ceiling, scorching the ground, where the runes are carved into the ground.
Jesus.
Throw another one.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Can I throw another one on? See if it sort of happens again. Does it happen every single time?
Yeah, you throw another one, and another lightning bolt strikes.
Okay, I'm out of it.
Can I walk across with my shield above my head?
It's a
Would that have any sort of effect? No, my shield is made of wood.
Okay.
It's fine. It'll probably still break through, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay.
It's just a guy on 10 HP. I have been cleverer.
Okay.
Oh god.
So you walk through and you take 4 lightning damage as you set the trap off.
Mhm.
Easy.
I laugh as you walk through.
Well, you're just mean.
Finally, someone stood on one.
Could I see what's either side, JJ?
Yeah.
Oh shit! There's a
Have fun doing that.
yeah. Can I maybe see what's up in here? Oh,
Bed.
'tis a bed.
Yeah. So you seem to have found the little like. It seems like someone was sort of squatting down here. It seems you don't really know how they were sort of getting about, but you can find there's like an old like sort of moth-eaten bedroll down here and sort of a few like packs of stuff. It smells quite bad down there as they've sort of dug themselves like a little bathroom in one corner and like all their food is in another corner, and it seems like given the state of how
Jesus.
decayed the bones were, that all the food has long since rotted.
Can I make an investigation to see if there's anything potentially around?
Yeah.
Investigation.
There doesn't seem to be anything of value around there.
Cool. Fuck this place. I'll be just quickly peering up here. Well, that's
You have
fun.
to come back through the lightning.
I do have to come back through the lightning, which is why. Okay, I'm gonna use my lay on hands
Okay.
on myself.
Yeah.
Your blessed touch can heal wounds. You have a pool of healing power that replenishes when you take a long rest of that pool. You can restore a number of hit points equal to 5. Paladin level times 5 as an action. Touch a creature, draw power from the pool to restore a number of hit points of that creature up to a maximum amount remaining in the pool. Alternatively, you can spend 5 points. Yeah, whatever. Gonna do that on myself, bringing myself up to 16 HP.
Okay.
Feeling much better. And I guess I'll go back through.
You take another 4 points of lightning damage as you go through.
Mate, nothing. That's an electric shock.
You've now got a very scorched looking sticks walking towards you, Arwen.
Arwen laughs as he sizzles.
This is
Arwen
fine.
sounds mean.
Arwen is
great.
mean, okay? You ain't using my shield for any more traps, alright?
Okay. I'll use the big stone I have.
That would also work. Damn, this place is confusing.
Yeah. But you guys managed to find an exit.
Oh, thank golly.
And you're able to get out into the fresh air again.
Oh, thank God.
You find yourselves above ground, back in the forest. You're not too sure where you are. You feel like you've come quite a long way underground. You don't really recognise any of the woodland around you. You don't see any of the sort of like the giant tracks from before. Also, it's noticeably darker than you were expecting, despite not feeling like you were underground for very long and having set out in the morning. You suddenly realise how sort of tired you guys are. You feel like you've walked a very long way. You're both a little bit hungry, having missed lunch, and the sun seems to be going down. You seem to have lost track of quite a big chunk of time under the earth. And sort of,
Lovely.
as you make your way out, you seem to pass through this illusion. You can see the sunlight coming in, but when you sort of look down, you're almost like, it looks like you're buried up to your waists and then your knees as you sort of walk up these steps in grass. And it seems like the magic protecting this sort of either side, you can see these sort of the remnants of these stone doors where they've been sort of shattered. Again, they have sort of the similar runes and things you've seen sort of carved on it on a lot of the things inside the maze of tunnels. And it seems like something discovered this and broke them open. Potentially that was the dead creature you found inside. Something was looking for treasure or refuge, something, and just never made its way out. But the illusion of the entrance seems to be maintaining itself.
Interesting. Well, I guess back to Farkin. Actually, no. First, I want to go back to where we fell in. See if I can try and find that, and then find some things as to where maybe try and find some tracks as to where the thing went.
Okay. Make an investigation check to see if you can work out sort of what direction you've come from and which direction to go in to potentially walk.
So you're saying we need to find out where did we come from, where did we go?
Yes.
Where did we come from? Cotton Eye Joe.
Yes, indeed.
Rocks fall, sticks dies.
Yeah, so 15. Yeah, you can work out exactly the direction you came from, and you can start walking back in that direction. Your confidence is is a little bit shaken as you head overground, and you sort of expect to find where you've come from. But in actual fact, it takes you much longer than you were anticipating, and you start outside to wonder if you are heading in the right direction. But you do eventually come to this clearing. The light really starts to fade quite a bit now.
So we're back at this clearing. Can I make a check to see if I can see what direction maybe that thing went into? If it left any tracks or anything like that?
Yeah, make me a survival check to track it.
Oh, come on.
You could see some scrabbling and claw marks where it hauled itself over the edge, its claws digging into the earth. But other than that, it seems quite light on its feet and has just sort of disappeared off in a direction. You don't know where.
Damn. Alright, well that's a dead end. I'm sure it'll turn up at some point, or some of the authorities might get it wherever it goes off to. Took a pretty big beating though. I think I did I don't know, at least 30 damage to it. I don't know, you did some, so maybe 25 damage, whatever. Yeah, took a pretty nasty beating. Anyway, should we head back to Farkin?
Yeah. Oh, what are you doing? What are you up to? What are you thinking?
I don't really know. I kind of followed because I was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm confused. So yeah, we could go back.
Okay.
See you.
That'll be a survival check from sort of both of you, I think, to see if you can work out which direction to go in, because you followed one trail and then you followed another trail to get here.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you. 15.
Okay, so you can sort of orientate yourself. It's a bit harder in the dark. You have to move a bit slower, but you can pick out your own trail. In the end, eventually you can pick out your own trail and start making your way back. The light is well and truly fading now as you start to head out.
Nice. I guess. Actually, I would say that I would thing a torch, but I don't need to because I've got dark vision. So fuck that.
Yeah, you've both got dark
just gonna-
vision, so you can sort of. The world is just sort of these shades of grey up to what is it, 30 feet.
60 feet.
Yeah, so you can sort of see about 60 feet in front of you.
Nice.
You can see enough to make your way, just sort of slowly, like going through the woods. A few stars and things start coming out above you. There's a very very thin moon giving off some light. And you can just start to make your way back. Both make perception checks for me as you're sort of heading through the woods.
Perception. Ha.
Arwen, roll a d6 for me. Okay, let me just find a set of stats. No, I'll have them. So, Sticks, you don't hear anything, or see anything, or smell anything, or have any awareness that there is anything approaching you at all.
Easy.
You hear a sort of something quite heavy, lumbering through the trees towards you, coming from ahead of you. And there's just sort of a snuffling and a shuffling as something sort of is sniffing about in the trees ahead of you.
A dog. Can I have a dog as well?
You can make another perception check to try and work out what it is.
Oh, yes.
Okay. You actually catch a glimpse of it through a couple of trees, and it's this. There is a distinctive amount of fur on it, and there is a large amount of sort of shaggy brown fur. There's this this bear is in the woods ahead of you.
That's bad.
Oh, sorry, no, not brown fur, black fur. As there is this black bear seems to be sort of walking through the woods towards you, but it doesn't seem to have spotted you yet.
Okay. Well, I don't want to hurt it, so can we just hide?
Can we just hide and then run away?
Sounds like a stealth check then. For both of you. 10, 13. So you both sort of freeze for a second, and by this unspoken agreement, Arwen sort of like signals that there's something ahead and points out this bear to Sticks. Neither of you moving, and then you both sort of like whisper or like mouth to each other, hide, and then as you go to move, you shift your weight, and both of you sort of you like burrow up against a tree. You make brush through some foliage, and the bear's head that's sort of down suddenly snaps up and it starts sort of sniffing, and it turns its head and starts moving in your direction.
Yeah.
I don't think we can outrun a bear.
But no, it's fine.
Can I take one of my rations and try and throw it towards the bear? Not at the bear, but like in its, like just in front of it, sort of at its direction.
Yeah. So you throw these rations at the bear. The bear, in doing so, the bear becomes fully aware of your presence.
Good bear. Good bear.
What would it be? Let's roll wisdom.
Good berry. I guess depends on what you want it to do.
What's your spell save DC? Just so I've got a difficulty check for this, Ben.
My spell save DC.
Yeah, I mean I know you've thrown like jerky at it, but
is 14.
Okay, so that is 10. The bear sort of looks down, looks at the food you've thrown, sort of reaches down, just like snaps up these sort of like bits of bacon or bits of like jerky or whatever you've thrown to it, and then just sort of like turns and sort of docilely plods away.
Ah, nailed it.
So cute.
I guess we'll keep on going then.
Yeah, you keep heading back
hurriedly get back.
And you get out of the trees, and for a moment you're a bit confused because you thought the sun had already gone down, but off in the distance towards the town of Farkim, you can see this this sort of glow on the horizon, sort of behind a hill or something like that. There's this sort of like orangey glow in the distance.
Oh god, is it all on fire?
I think something's on fire. Fire. The freaking giant! The giant! Oh, there's been problems. Let's go. Screw it.
So you start running, walking, skipping.
I guess running. Something's the problem. Just gonna fill Neo in, but hey, something might be on fire. Let's go. Let's go sort some shit out.
Ooh.
Yeah. So as you
ooh, pretty.
As you arrive sort of on the outskirts of the village, you find almost the entire village is aflame. The houses and everything, the shops, the taverns, everything you saw walking through and out of the village has flames coming from it, and strewn about, littering the ground, there's just bodies everywhere.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Slumped in doorways, just strewn on the ground. And so yeah, that's sort of from the outside of town. You can just about sort of see, you can see sort of quite a number of bodies lying down, lying on the ground, and many buildings aflame.
Jesus.
And then almost from the centre of the village, you hear this scream coming.
Oh fuck!
Carried to you on the wind, just audible over the roar of the flames and things like that.
I guess we should.
Oh crap!
What would you like to do?
Yeah, I guess we should probably go and. Yeah. I guess just head towards that. See if we can.
Okay.
Help in any way.
Heading through the village, the heat is oppressive. These are not wide streets, and these small country houses with thatched roofs and things. Some burning like great infernos, so it's quite hot. You start to sort of sweat under your layers of clothes and armor. The smoke starts to sort of get in your eyes and things like that as you're walking. It becomes potentially difficult to see, even with your your dark vision or the light cast by the fire, you still can't see a very long way. And as you approach this sort of market square in the middle of the town, you see a figure, a tall 6.5 foot figure is standing there, and he's sort of clutching. He's holding sort of a man just by the throat, while the man sort of scrabbles. It's like scrabbling up his arm, trying to reach him, while in the other hand he's got his head bent and seems to be biting into the neck of a woman.
Well, we found that blow.
Fire in my boat! Fire in my boat! Fire in my laser! Except it's not a laser, it's a longbow. It's the 6.5 foot. It's the fucking thing. Of course it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright. Okay, so you fire your bow.
I missed.
And the inferno around you is so hot now, it seems like, that you fire your bow and it just sort of licks through too close to a building as you shoot. And it seems like the fletching gets burnt away mid-flight and it just sort of skids off target. But it is enough to draw the attention of this creature, who drops the woman he was feeding from, it seems, to the ground, and she just falls like bodily to the ground. And you can see 2 big like holes in the side of her neck, and there's some sort of blood like slowly leaking out, but she seems very, very pale and dead. The man is sort of kicking feebly. He's slowly like turning shades of red and purple as he's with this iron grip around his throat.
Jesus!
Kicking sort of more and more feebly, desperate, and he now looks. Like, you can see him looking at the woman on the ground, and he's like crying. There's like soot on his face with like tears leaving like tracks in it.
Can I shoot?
And this creature like turns towards you, still almost holding this figure in its arms. Just doesn't seem to realise it's still doing it. And yes, you do recognise Everard. He doesn't look in. He looks incredibly pale again, but he's no longer this sunken husk. He's not quite the rippling muscular figure you saw beforehand. He still seems sort of shrunken and emaciated, but he now looks a healthy size and sort of disposition, whereas before he just looked, this husky figure looked skeletally thin and was almost unrecognisable. You can see he's got these 2 blood red eyes, and there's blood sort of like spilling all down his face and down his neck from where it appears he's been feeding on the village.
Ooh.
Can I shoot at his arm that's holding the man?
Yeah. It's a 13. That doesn't hit, I'm afraid. The arm is a very small target, and you can't quite, with the smoke and things in your eyes, you just can't quite hit your shot to make him drop the figure.
I guess
you take another shot at him, he'll just sort of cock his head and like fix on you. There seems to be like a brief moment of like recognition on his face, and then he sort of like hunches a little bit and just sort of hisses aggressively at you.
It's a me.
He seems very sort of. At the moment, he seems like quite wild and full of like a bloodlust.
I guess just pull out my sword. Fuck it, it's time to take this thing on, I guess.
Okay, as you draw your sword, and the sound of like Neo will like follow suit, and he draws his as well, and the sound and the glint of steel in the fire, this figure will drop the man he's holding, and he raises like 2 arms to his side, and just sort of with his palms down, and then like slowly turns them over. And his arms start as he turns his hands over. His arms start glowing, sort of green and black, and these sort of like little motes of green just sort of wisp off his fingers into the air, and you start to see all first one, then another. It's just sort of figure on the ground. It sort of twitches and starts moving again, and then like one figure just sort of slowly drags itself to its feet, and then a second one, and then a third one. Just they all just slowly rise up again, and soon you hear sort of behind you the figures you've passed, further away you hear the sort of sound, like some of you hear sort of banging, some of them in buildings are sort of like breaking out, and then there's sort of 10, 12 in this village centre in front of you sort of rise up as well and start to sort of shuffle across.
Shit. Ben feels bad for using up his divine lay on hands and spell slots now. This is fine.
Would it be bad to run away?
It would not be bad to run away.
Oh, but I don't. Oh, on the one hand, I realise that
is always an option in a fight.
No, I think
to fight another day.
I think we can take him because, I reckon we can take him because. Okay, hear me out. It appears that he's like brought these things to life. So surely, if we just focus all of our attention on him,
there is sort of 10 to 12 of them have risen in front of you. You can hear more in the distance from sort of the surrounding buildings, and you passed sort of 5 or 10 on your way into the village. And while they seem to be animating sort of at different rates, you are confident that the ones behind you will also be on their way to their feet and towards you.
Second thought, maybe we run away, find another town, get their guards to come back here and help us. Better plan.
Yes.
It's not running away, it's a tactical retreat. Is what I've always been taught. See you later. And I guess we'll run.
You gonna run?
It's time. Yeah.
Okay. So you turn to leave the village.
Oh no, box us in.
As you turn to leave and sort of take a few steps away, this figure will just sort of the man has managed to sort of when he was dropped by the monster, he scrabbled away and sort of scrabbled over to you guys. And Neo sort of took him and sort of pulled him around behind him with his sword out, sort of trying to protect him in a protective stance. The woman on the ground, this thing just turns and just sort of picks her up again and hunches over and just starts feeding from her again as all these things start to shuffle towards you slowly. So as you're all sort of hurriedly making your way out, as you're making your way out, you sort of get close to the edge of the village, and 2 of them will block your path out. You'd have to move close to them in order to get through them.
That's fine. We can take on 2.
Yeah, we can take on 2. Yeah. Are you aware of the time, JJ?
I am. Yeah. So I just want to quickly zip through this. If we've got time. So just everyone, real quick, roll me initiative. Okay.
Oh, fuck. I am doing well, yes.
Yes. Okay, so these actually go first, and so sort of as you're running up, they'll like move to intercept you, and they'll take one swipe at you each. Yeah, what's the what they got to hit? That is a 19 to hit Arwen and a 10 to hit Sticks.
That does not hit.
It hits me.
That you take 4 bludgeoning damage.
Oh. Oh wait. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, and then it's your turn, Arwen.
Oh, I am going to. Oh yeah, I hit them.
Yeah, that hits. 4 piercing damage.
And then I'm going to do it again.
Okay. That hits. 5 damage.
Cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
is that everything?
Mhm.
Okay, Neo will step up and he'll like push past one of them, and he's just sort of keeping the villager behind him, and he's just like drags him like behind, and he just sort of like keeps his sword at the ready, but he just like pushes beyond them to protect the villager. Both zombies will get an attack of opportunity on him as he pushes past. That's a natural 1 and a 13, so neither of those hit. He sort of brings his glaive up, and he seemed quite slow and not really with it, but as he enters combat, this glaive moves with devastating speed, just sort of blocking both these slashes at him, while keeping this villager like behind him and protected. Six, your turn.
Wooddoink. Oh, come on, man. Come on.
As you
two
go
in
to
a row.
swing, sort of the wind just sort of slightly changes direction and blows a bit of like soot in your eyes, and you just sort of like decide to like rub your face as you try and swing, and you just miss.
That's 4 in one turn. 4 natural ones in one. No, in one game.
One session.
I'm in one session. I'm doing well.
Anything else? Any movement or anything like that?
I guess, can I try and move around them so that
they have
I'm
both
on
used their
sort of the...
reactions, so you can just move.
Yeah,
So you can,
yeah.
You guys can stand and fight these. So as you're, or you can.
I guess I think I'm going to try and move around them, sort of staying within sort of combat range, but also, or actually no, I'm going to move out of combat range by like 5 feet.
Okay.
So that I can easily move back in if everyone wants to stay and fight, or we can just bolt.
Yeah.
And get out of here.
I did not know we could do that.
Yeah, at the top of the round, there's going to be another zombie just like shuffles like out between 2 buildings. It's sort of a little bit on fire. It's sort of got too close to a building, but there's now a third one like coming in. They're not going to get to attack this turn, but the other 2. One's going to move up to Arwen, and one's going to move. Well, one's really close to Arwen, and the other one's going to move for Sticks. That's a 17 for Sticks and a 9 on Arwen.
Yes, 17 hits.
So that is 4 bludgeoning damage.
I'm on 8 health. We got to go.
Okay,
I will run.
Arwen, your turn.
I'm running. Run.
Okay.
Run.
They have both had their turns again, so they get the reactions. So the one that attacks you will get an attack of opportunity on you.
Will it?
Unless you took disengage.
Oh wait, hang on. You're saying you haven't had your turn again yet, and you attacked it, so that means your feat. It can't attack you with an attack of opportunity because of your feat. Can you just quickly ping that again so I can just... It's going to take me a little while. When you use dash action, when you make a melee attack against a creature, you don't return its attack for the rest of the turn.
So if I hit him first, then I can run away. Or
yes. So yeah, if you it's only so he can attack. Yeah, he can make an attack of opportunity again because you haven't yet hit him. Tried to hit him on this turn.
I'm going to bash one out of the way with my staff.
Okay, that hits. Are you trying to like deal damage, or are you just trying to like shove them back?
I just want to shove him back so I can run.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that the zombie is shoved like 5 feet away from you. Actually, because it's a crit, I'm gonna say you shove it like 10 feet into like the wall of a burning building.
Nice.
And it like catches fire.
Awesome.
So
And I'm going to...
it takes 8 fire damage and is on fire.
Lovely.
I'm running away.
Yeah.
I want to get out.
You make it past, and you're sort of on your way out. Neo will move up, and he will use, like, seeing that Sticks is quite hurt, he'll use 5 lay on hands on you.
Aww.
And heal you, and he'll just...
What a nice bubba.
We should get out of here, let's go. We've got to protect any of these people left that we can find. Yeah, and he's sort of still got like an arm around the villager, and it's like sort of seems to be the only thing that's keeping this villager moving. Yeah, and then he just moves away. Sticks, your turn.
I'm running. If
Yeah.
I'm still 5 feet away, I'm just gonna pelt it away.
Yeah, you can just run. So you just...
run and dash.
Yeah, that's fine. So
Run and dash.
You can all just start running away. As you sort of reach as you sort of get, sort of 30, 40 feet away, whatever it is. What was it? Was one of those? You see another sort of couple of zombies sort of shuffle out nearby, so that there's now sort of a group of 5 sort of shambling after you. They don't seem to have sort of very fast movement yet. They still seem to be a bit slow on their feet, and so you can all just sort of disappear off into the darkness of the night and get away scot-free.
Well, that was slightly terrifying. By slightly, I mean very, and by terrifying, I mean terrifying. Oh God, where did we go to? What the fuck's around here? I need to find. Where's Farkeen on the map?
It's not on the map. It's not a big enough village to warrant
right.
needing any. But it's going to be. I hadn't worked out where it's going to be, but I think I decided it's going to be up near Ilthamel in the East Plains. So it's going to be around there and around the Dender River.
Aha.
Actually, what I can do is drop you guys on this page here, so you can look at the map. And so you're sort of up in this area. There we go. You're sort of like around this area here. So you sort of headed into sort of the very edges of these woods and things.
We need to get to like Ilthamel and get some people down here.
Yes.
To help.
Yeah. So there's a lot of directions you can go. You can head towards the desert. You can head across the plains. You can try and like do something on the river. You can head south to the mountains or north
Follow the river
into the
up.
woods.
Yeah, I think it's probably just easier if we follow the river up. At least then we have a steadfast direction of, okay, just keep following this and we'll be fine.
Okay. I think that would be an excellent place to end then.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. That was very fun.
Oh,
Nice bit of
great.
dungeon crawling. Nice bit of being petrified. Nice bit of being hit with rocks in my face. I love it.